Beach radio with a whiff of sulphur.
The James Whale Show on Talk Radio.
Good.
Yeah, well, we're just very busy. We're very busy at the moment.
Look, Ryman hasn't set up a thing again, and it's all embarrassed us in front of her.
Yeah. We got fed up with everything tonight. Okay, so we're doing the. You're right.
Out of breath.
All right.
We had to walk from the desk to
I'm not
here.
very fit. No, you're not. So we started off talking about. I can't remember why. Do you wear shoes in your house or not?
Slippers.
Yeah. See, I don't wear anything in the house on my feet.
On your feet.
I don't wear anything in the house. But when people come to your house, do you ask them to take the shoes off? No. I do.
Oh.
I don't want people in the house with shoes. And then we went on to another caller who said...
I've got manners.
That's not manners, it's just making your house...
Manners maketh the man. That man is very...
what do you wear in bed? Because people don't wear pyjamas anymore. You don't see people buying pyjamas. I don't have any pyjamas.
I've got a couple of pairs of pyjama trousers, but I don't have the pyjama suit that you used to get. You know when you don't get the suit? I just tend to wear my boxers. If it's cold, I'll put the trousers on and maybe a T-shirt, but boxers...
Do you wear the boxers you've worn all day?
Yeah, of course
in bed?
I do. Well, yeah,
because you don't want to soil another pair, do you?
No, just for a sleep.
You might as well, because you're going to have a shower when you get up
just
anyway.
For a sleep, you're going to put new boxers on. That's
That's disgusting. Do you know that is?
Well, why would you put a fresh pair of pants on?
Well, I don't actually wear anything in bed.
That's disgusting.
You just said
you wake up. You go to bed with white sheets. You wake up with brown sheets. That's disgusting.
You are crass, the two of you.
You are.
I have a shower before I go to bed. I always have a shower before I go to bed.
No, you don't.
What sort of shower?
I had a friend who'd have a bath and would then have a shower after the bath.
Yeah, to get the scum off. We do that in the shower hour, after the bath hour. Let's wish Rebecca well, because she's just wish you well, Rebecca.
Wish you well, Rebecca.
Yeah, she's listening in Alabama.
She's actually met you, I think. She met Iain,
we got to go. We'll be back 7 o'clock tomorrow. Iain Lee is here.
What's he doing? What's
nothing on but a pair of boxers.
Oh, dirty.
Talk Radio. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Pack up all my cares and woe, here I go, singing low. Bye, bye, blackbird. Where somebody waits for me, sugar is sweet, so is she. Bye, bye, blackbird. No one here can love and understand me. Stories they all hand me. Make my bed and light the light. I'll arrive late tonight. Blackbird, bye-bye. Pack up all my cares and woe. Here I go, singing low. Bye-bye. Sugar sweet, so is she. Bye, 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 blackbird. I said no one here can love and understand me. Oh, while hard love stories they all hand me. So make my bed and light the light.
Here we go.
I'll arrive late tonight, blackbird. Bye, bye.
Ringo Starr!
Make my bed and light the light. I'll arrive late tonight. Blackbird. I said blackbird. I said blackbird. Oh, blackbird, bye.
Up your I played that. That's Ringo Starr singing Bye Bye Blackbird. I played that, I'm going to be honest, as a little joke. It's a great show opener. I'm going to call it as the best show opener we've ever played. Right, I'm going to try another one. Here we go. We're going to try another one from the same album of standards. As the Beatles were splitting up, Ringo Starr decided to record an album of standards. Let's... Oh, and there's a video. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Ringo Starr. live from the Beatles, his first gig since 1965 in Candlestick Park.
Gone.
Ringo Starr.
Oh, no.
That one doesn't work quite
No.
so well. What else is on the Sentimental Journey album? Sentimental Journey. Good evening, dear listener. Late Night Alternative. I'm Iain Lee. You are...
Ringo Starr.
There we go. Ringo Starr style. But what else is on the Sentimental Journey album, which you can buy for £16.21?
How much?
£16.21.
Oh, that's very reasonable.
Here we go. Oh, it's a Ringo Starr night tonight. I feel it. They're the best nights. The Ringo Starr nights are the best nights. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, his first gig since 1965 from the Beatles, Ringo Starr.
Dream when you're feeling blue. Dream, that's the thing to do.
That guy was only just not a Beatle.
This is going to be a good one. Oh, man alive. He did this while the Beatles were still together. They were coming towards the end, but here we go, ladies and gentlemen. All the way from Liverpool. Would you please welcome to the stage the favourite of the kids and the mums and dads, Ringo Starr.
Why do you whisper green grass?
This is great.
Why tell the trees what ain't so?
This is lovely.
Whispering grass, the trees don't have to know.
You've got to admit, this is actually quite lovely. 0344 499 1000, not tonight, thank you very much indeed. Here we go.
Why tell them all your secrets?
This is actually quite nice. This is like if your dad got up and you went, actually, he's not bad.
It is a lovely song to begin with, so he was already onto a winner.
Yeah.
Whispering grass, the trees don't need to know.
Let's try one more. It's a Ringo Starr night here, of course. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Pack up all my cares and woe. Here I go, singing.
Oh, we just played this one,
Yeah, I
didn't
was
we?
thinking
We
it
just
sounded
played this
very
one.
familiar.
Okay, no, sorry. I got confused. What was I meant to play?
Pack up all your curs and woes.
Blackbird. Let's try one more. And then we'll start the show properly. Here we go. This, here we go. What a joy. I'm buying this album. Sentimental Journey by Ringo Starr.
Have I told you lately that I love you?
Oh!
Could I tell you once again somehow? Have I told with all my heart and soul how I adore you, darling? I'm telling you now. This heart would break into...
Oh, this is brilliant. Ringo Starr, ladies and gentlemen. Ringo Starr night tonight. Busy night tonight on the show. The vibe is back. The confidence is here. We are loud. We are proud. We are queer.
We are here.
Is that? If gay people aren't using that on marches, they can have that. I've written that for them.
I think they're using something very, very similar.
Okay. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. This has been suggested by many people tonight. Many. Hang on.
Have I told
I just can't resist
you
it.
lately that I
Love you. Oh, this has been suggested by many people today, but the first person I saw do it was our good friend Mugger Harris, Daniel Rayner himself, the legend. He's an artist, he's a broadcaster, he's a gardener, he's a man, he's a human being. Many of you suggested it. He suggested it first, okay? Tonight we are having a late night alternative talent show. Yes.
Oh, Dan, if you're listening, I would love to hear you paint on air.
Oh, but Daniel, please! Yeah, please!
without you.
Phone up and paint or sketch on air. We want to hear it. We want to hear it. He sometimes, I don't know if he's done it for a while, streams on Twitch painting. It's great to watch.
Well, darling.
Hey, that could be a way of doing it.
Yeah, we can do that. So, I want to, you got to phone in with your talents, please. 0344 499 1000. You don't get off the hook either, Sam. You're going to be performing an act tonight on the talent show. Oh, yes.
Without you, anyhow.
Here's a lovely tweet. How long will the Shaftesbury Dorset show last? That's on July the 6th, I think. It lasts about an hour. And are there tickets left? Are there tickets left?
There are a couple.
Are there
Quick.
tickets left? Are there tickets left? There's 112. That's beautiful, man. That is beautiful. Thank you, Ringo. It's Ringo Starr night. So we're having a talent show. You want to call in, display your talent. It can be absolutely anything you want. Visual talents are welcomed as well.
Mm-hmm.
Visual talents are very, very welcome this evening. 0344 499 1000. Call cost you pennies, probably nothing. You'll speak to Sam, who's going to be performing a turn later on tonight, and he's looking very, very pleased about that.
Mm-hmm.
And he will call you straight back. You can call in about other stuff as well. Don't worry about that. Bit quiet on the calls recently, so really want to see those calls coming in.
I think they've been saving themselves for tonight.
I think so. Really want to see those calls coming in, guys. Don't let if you don't call in, you're letting yourselves down. You're letting yourselves down. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number to display your talents. Catherine called a man a dick today.
Yeah, to his face.
Yeah, to his face.
And I'm not sorry.
No.
And I didn't know him.
He sounded...
He was a dick.
Well, okay. We'll be the judge of that. The listener will be the judge of that. Explain the scenario and just bear in mind that Kenneth Noy has just been released. You know, these road rage incidents can turn into murder. You're lucky to
He's
still be alive.
lucky that I can control my violent
your urges.
tempers.
Your urges.
I was in a queue of traffic heading towards a temporary roadworks where they were filing us into one lane capacity each direction.
Yeah, okay.
Right? So, but there was a traffic light controlling it, right? So you had to wait at the side, wait here until it changes. No, it's important.
No, it's not.
Because what
Just
happened
get to
was, in the opposite direction, the traffic was coming through, but then getting stuck a little bit further on behind us. So people were getting stuck in these roadworks, right? This one lane of traffic. I could see this was happening. There's not an awful lot you can do about it. You can't get through past them. You can't get them to budge over onto the pavement just to wait for it to subside, right? So I'm there trying to keep my cool. Guy in a cab behind me had a little trouble with that. He got closer. He started flashing his lights. He started honking. And then he decided that he was going to get out of his car, stand by my window.
Hang on a minute. Right, start again. I'm going to do the sound effects.
Right.
That was crickets I was playing there. That was rude.
Yeah, it was a bit rude.
It was a bit rude.
I'm used to it. I'm better than this.
I don't know if you are.
I am.
I'm going to do the sound effects for this story. So, start again, but don't do that boring bit at the start.
Well, it's important.
Don't describe...
the traffic lights.
Well, don't describe the road in such detail.
It's important.
That was
important, a little bit of background, because otherwise you'll say, well, just go through. Couldn't go through. It's traffic in the opposite direction. They're all stuck. I can't move. The lights are changing from red to green. We can't move because there's traffic in the way, obstructing it. So, the guy behind me gets closer. And he gets closer, and he starts flashing his lights.
Don't have a sound effect for that.
Okay, and he starts beeping his horn.
Should have seen that one coming.
Yep, beeping his horn.
Should have seen that one coming. Got that.
Go on.
Got that.
Try that one. Beep, beep.
Oh, sugar, I pressed the wrong button. Okay, we're going to do this.
Yeah, it was angrier than that, but okay. Yeah, you get the idea. And then he starts waving his arms about.
I've got a sound effect for that.
Okay, and then he gets out of his car.
Got a sound effect for that.
Comes to the side.
No.
What? There we go. Right. Shouting and hollering.
Oh, hang on. Got a sound effect for that somewhere. Hang on. It's going to be great. We'll edit this down.
Okay.
Hang on.
Meanwhile, it's still blocked in the opposite direction, and the traffic alongside is kind of pretending they haven't noticed, and they're all a little bit embarrassed. It's that kind of thing. Or loving it, I don't know, but they're pretending they're not watching. They're moving their heads to one side, but their eyes are very much firmly on him. Doing this. And he's saying, you need to move up. They can't see you. You need to move up. We're never going to get through. And I went, look, I can't move up. They're in the way. I can handle this. Would you mind not shouting at me?
Hang on a minute. Hang on. Oh, God.
Okay, so that's happening.
No, hang on. I've got
the shouting. And he was quite big.
Oh, hang on. Sorry.
Oh, m'lady.
M'lady. M'lady. M'lady. M'lady.
I typed in pathetic lady sound effect.
Oh,
here we go.
No, that wasn't happening.
Oh, what happened?
What happened was I told him to moderate his tone and get back in his cab and stop lecturing me on how to negotiate traffic. I could see exactly what was going on and he wasn't being helpful, right?
Yep.
He starts shouting, then he's shouting to the other cars, and I went, just get back in your cab, you dick.
Outrageous.
And
this was him.
And then, suddenly, the police turned up alongside in that queue of traffic, and he got a little bit quiet.
Arrested you.
No, I wish. And then the lights changed. I chopped through and left him for dust. But what?
Don't get this. Listen,
dick.
you're stuck in traffic. There's no point in beeping horns. There's no point in flashing lights. And there's certainly you don't get out of your car
and have a go at the person in the front of the queue of traffic who can see it better than you can.
Especially if you're a big fella and it's a woman. Right? I mean, because that's. And I don't mean that sounds sexist. That is, I would find that intimidating. I don't know, maybe you're karate master. Maybe it's sexist these days. I don't mean it sounds sexist. I love everybody. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love, guys. I mean this with peace and love.
He wasn't helping. In fact, he was slowing up the traffic and kind of antagonising. There was no need for it.
No need.
And so, therefore, I put it to you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, that the man was a dick.
And
needed telling so.
Who was right? Catherine for calling the man a dick? Or the man himself?
No, the dick.
The dick. 0344 499 1000. Let's take our first call tonight. Very, very strong vibe tonight. Good evening, Kenneth.
Hello. How you doing?
I'm very well, Kenneth. Who was in the right there, Catherine or the dick?
Oh, Catherine.
Okay, you bumlick. I like that.
But it's funny you talking about road rage incidents because I'm Kenneth Noy.
A bit soon, mate.
Are you? Gosh.
On topic.
Yes, on topic.
Just got out. It's been a journey, but I think I've come through it a better person.
Okay,
well, we all hope so.
Okay, we got our fingers crossed. Kenneth, would you like to perform in our talent show tonight?
Yes, please.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to do knife throwing.
Oh, God.
Probably best we pass on that, but thank you very much indeed.
Could we replace those with spoons?
There we go. I think that'll be more appropriate. If you want to call back and play some banjo or something, you'd be very, very welcome to. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
On air and off the leash. On Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Quiet on the phones this week. What's happened to make it so quiet? Excuse me, a little bit windy, pops. We had cheese, meats, fromage and charcuterie tonight for our dinner.
Yeah, we did.
We decided not to eat in this hellhole. And we went, it was my idea to go out for a little walk.
We had a basket of gougere.
So we went, jumping ahead a little bit of the story there. So we went out for a walk and I said, right, let's just find some. And we walked past a tiny, tiny little place. And it was fromage et charcuterie.
What?
Fromage et charcuterie.
What?
It is cheese and meat. And we had some cheese, we had some meat, there were some goujons.
No, gougere.
Goujon. And it was lovely. Although, now here's the thing, guys.
Oh, this is good.
The waitress was over-familiar. Over-familiar. She saw me. We were sat outside and then it started raining, so we went in. But she saw me and she put her hand on my shoulder and started rubbing my back a little bit. All right, mate, nice to see you.
No, she didn't say mate.
What did she say?
Hello, darling.
Hello, darling. How are you?
Hello, darling.
And I'm thinking, I know this lady. And I'm like, yeah,
He's
I'm
looking
right.
at me like, Kath, do I know her? And because he doesn't remember faces.
Well, no, it's not that. I've got facial dyslexia.
Yeah.
As you know, facial dyslexia.
I'm going, well, if you know her, I don't. It's not from anything that we've done jointly, so you're on your own, mate. But
Yeah.
she does appear to be quite familiar.
And then I got a close look at her the second time she came, and I thought maybe she was from college or something. She wasn't. She was younger than me, about 10 years younger than me, I think. And then we had to go inside because it was raining. It's a very small space. It's a very, very small space. But her hands were all over me.
Mm-hmm. She kind of kept doing this sort of little brush past.
I think I entered her at one
Oh,
point.
for God's sake!
I think I did. It's hard to tell these days.
She kept doing these little brushes past.
Yeah.
But kind of a lingering soft hands on the back, along the... and at one point I was thinking, honestly, shall I go? Because I feel like I'm the third wheel here.
She spat on my face and called me a naughty boy.
Yeah, she did. But then what happened towards the end of our encounter?
She touched you up.
She gave me the soft hand stroke.
Now, here's the thing. 0344 499 1000. Here's the thing. If it had been a bloke, honestly,
I've been on the receiving end of blokes like that, and it feels weird.
Honestly, I felt uncomfortable.
Welcome.
The first one, it just made me. I felt uncomfortable because I thought I know her, but I don't remember her. The second one, when she struck me down? No, she struck me down the back on the second one. We were inside. She struck me down the back. Have you decided what you want yet with the arm?
Yeah, it wasn't even like she was trying to get by with anything.
That made me feel uncomfortable. But the food was so good. And now I'm making light of sexual abuse, am I? Am I making light of sexual abuse?
No, but it was space invasion is what it was. And that happens an awful lot to women. And you are feeling the discomfort that we feel where you go, is it worth making a fuss about? I think they were just trying to be nice and they misunderstood the boundary. But these are the conversations we have in our heads.
Yeah, it was a bit... It was confusing.
Uh-huh.
It was confusing, and it made me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
and that's okay. That's okay to acknowledge that. You talk about space invaders. You've seen those signs on the back of buses and cars. Don't be a space invader, and that means back off.
Yeah,
but you have to get really close to read it. They're tiny.
Oh, what does that say?
tiny writing. Let's go to... I say it in that voice as though I'm going, oh, so many calls. We've only got one call, and it's Alistair!
Hey!
Hey, how's it going?
It's very quiet on the phones.
Sorry about that, but I just...
Oh, hang on a minute.
Are you responsible?
Hang on a minute. He says apologise, and it means it must be his fault. What have you done, Alistair? Have you kidnapped all the phones?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Oh, so he's planning to kidnap all the phones. It's getting worse and worse.
Look in his boot. He's got gaffer tape and rope.
This guy is kinky night out. This guy is outrageous. If I were into bondage, I've been tied up before. I don't know if you've ever been tied up. I have been tied up a couple of times. Times. You don't have to answer this, Catherine. You do have to answer this, Alistair.
Okay.
I have been tied up a couple of times, right? Mm-hmm. And once the key to the handcuffs got lost. That's a true story. And
you had to get the firefighters in.
We didn't. It was because... And these weren't...
Well, that's just my fantasy.
These... we can talk about sexual fantasies in a bit. These weren't the kind of, the Ann Summers ones you can break. These were like proper handcuffs.
What, you'd gone to some sort of weaponry?
No, I think I'd gone to like an old school sex shop in Soho through the
oh God,
the tattered...
Wow,
what do they call that? The plastic ribbon.
Yeah, like the fly... Well, basically, it's a fly blind, isn't it?
Well,
the fly curtain.
So, the coloured ribbons that you walk through. So, yeah, we got them from there, and they were like proper...
They weren't messing about.
And here's the thing as well. I mean, it goes without saying, we were very, very high at the time, and we could not get this handcuff off. And it's a bit at the start, then it's funny. It's funny for about 5 minutes. And then after 25 minutes and you're in, your brain is addled, and you're thinking, shoot, we didn't have any tools, actually going to have to call someone in. I am off my face, handcuffed to a bed.
And you think you're the only person that's ever done that?
Well, it must have happened a lot. Have you ever been tied up, Alistair?
What, in terms of, like, sexual things?
Yeah, not just because you've been robbed. All right, no. If you, in terms of anything, here we go. This is a phone in. People saying, you've not got any callers. You've not got topics. Here's a topic. Have you ever been tied up? 0344 499 1000. Alistair, please.
Yeah, I was tied up once, but just a mate because he thought it was funny. Yeah. What he did was he tied my shoes together when I was asleep.
Oh.
After being on the piss. And basically, when I stood up, I just fell down straight on my head.
Oh dear.
But so how were you tied up? Were you
tied up because there was
the shoelaces?
So my shoelaces were tied, but not as probably you were describing, Ian.
Okay. Did you have a boner at the time?
Oh my God.
No.
Okay, well then it was a very
He's
different...
trying to remember.
Very, very different scenario. If you've ever been tied up, 0344 499 1000.
My aunties used to tie my socks together.
Why?
While I was wearing them.
How can you tie socks
together?
together?
Like little girls' long socks. They used to pull them so they could get
Why do you say little girls' long socks?
Because I was a little girl.
Just say long socks.
Yeah. Well, I was a little girl.
Long socks.
They used to hoik them down a bit, tie them together, and then I would...
You can't tie... Well, you were wearing them?
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
It did work! It happened.
How can you tie
Don't
two
tell me
socks?
It didn't happen.
Fake news.
No, it
How
happened.
can you tie two socks together that are being worn?
You pull them down. You pull this bit down.
Right, well, you're showing me she's pulling her sleeve down over her hand.
Yeah.
Yes, no,
So
stop.
you pull the toe down.
Oh, the toe.
So
you
there's-
didn't say that.
yeah.
The implication was... Sam, please, join us.
Hang on, but surely then you can just, like, slide your feet straight out.
Yeah, of
It's
course you
pointless.
can.
That's
But I
not
was
really-
about...
Thank
I was
you.
about
Not tied up.
I was about 7 at the time. And to be honest, I was having a great time. They used to do that, tie my socks together, and then tickle me while I tried to get away. That was the game.
And here's the thing.
That sounds bad, but it was fun.
That is how... And this isn't even a joke now. I'm not making a joke about you being 7 years old. But that is... 5, 6, 7 is pivotal.
I know.
Into how fetishes start. Maybe even a bit... 7's probably the cusp of it, actually. The end of it. It's sort of 4, 5, 6, 7 is... Those activities there are pretty much what your fetishes will be. You can pretty much trace most fetishes back to that. And it's normally wanting approval from your mum or your dad. That's normally what it boils down to. And the only for example, I'm making this up, this isn't true, but the only time I remember getting approval from my mum the only time I remember getting attention from my mum was when she was smacking my bottom because I'd wet my pants.
Yeah.
It's not a true story. That's it. So then you go and you pee on people and you get your arse slapped. That becomes your fetish. It's pretty much that direct.
I know.
Isn't it incredible?
Yeah. So don't get me anywhere near long socks.
There we go. A bit of auntie role play. Alistair, I don't think you called in for this sexual clinic, but you've stumbled into it. What did you call in for?
Well, first of all, I just missed the story that Kath was saying about this bloke. I caught the end of it, but he did something bad, I take it.
He got out of his cab
Here we go.
after honking and hollering out of his cab and waving his arms about and stuff.
Yeah.
We're stuck in traffic. I couldn't move. The people next to us couldn't move. I couldn't budge my way through the traffic lights because there was a line of traffic in the opposite direction. Stood right next.
We're doing the whole story again.
No,
yeah?
I'm just telling Alistair.
He could listen again. He could listen again.
This is Alistair.
We do it. I know it's Alistair. I'm glad.
He's
so
here
glad.
now. There's
So
no one
glad.
else on the phone lines.
I'm
We've
proud
got
of his
nothing
sobriety.
but time.
It's a thrill to hear it. But
I've got some news after this as well to tell you.
Are you drunk?
No.
Yes, good. But tell us the news, and if we think the news is worthy, then I might allow Catherine to tell her story again.
Okay. I just got back from holiday.
Oh.
In Kendal, in the Lake District.
Very nice.
Mint cake.
Because I've got a friend who lives there. We went
Felicity.
to primary school together. And he kept in touch with me, despite the fact that I was a bit of a jerk with
Danny
him.
Kendall.
Because, he kept me inviting me up there, and after 20 years, I finally made it.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful. I was sober. I was walking on the hills, the
you're
fresh
living life.
air, and it was an absolute boon, Ian.
You are living... Well, hang on. That's for using the word boon in the correct context. Beautiful.
Yeah.
You're living life, Alistair, now.
I am
You feel
indeed.
it? Do you feel it?
I do. Yes, and I even went to a meeting up there.
Aye. Mate, bless you, brother. You're
doing it.
I'm welling up a little bit. You're living life. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
No,
And,
thank you, Alistair. Thank you. You're going to be an inspiration for a
Can
lot
I
of
hear
people.
Kath's story or not?
Yeah,
All
do you
right,
know what?
But
Yeah,
first
go
of all,
on.
I want to say to you, thanks for coming back to us.
Yeah.
Because we knew that guy was there, and you're the one we
Thank you.
liked. All right,
Thank
talking of guys we don't like, though, back to the line of traffic.
Back to the future.
He's
with Catherine Boyle.
hooting and honking and hollering, and then he decides he needs to get a little bit closer. So he trots out of his cab. Well, I say trots, stomps out of his cab, stands right next to my car, and just starts shouting at me. You need to move out. They can't see you. We're never going to get anywhere. I said, I know exactly what's going on, and would you mind not shouting at me? Rah, 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 rah. I said, right, I can see what's happening. Do you want to get back in your cab and let me sort this out? Rah, 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 rah. And starts stomping off back to his cab, shouting at everyone else, telling them what a so-and-so I am. And I just yelled out of the cab, out of my window, go back to your cab and sit down, you dick.
That must have been a bit scary as well, though.
It wasn't, because you know what happens with me is I get to a certain point and there's something else that takes over.
Rage.
It wasn't really rage. It wasn't really rage, though. It was just a kind of, I'm not having this.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
And I hear this voice and it's mine.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my vote's for Catherine on this one.
There we go. You see,
Thank
Catherine.
you very much.
Catherine gets the vote. Alistair, it's good to hear you, man. Well done. Thank you. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with that man, Iain Lee. There's no strangers here, just friends you haven't stalked on Facebook yet.
Have never sent my picture to anyone who didn't request it.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Yes.
Oh, we should say, I didn't know quite when to... We should mention Helen, I think, because it's important.
Yeah.
I didn't quite know when to put it in, but basically, a friend of ours, Helen Lee, passed away yesterday. And I haven't seen her really for years, but my first job in radio in, whenever that was, 98, maybe, 97 going into 98, I think it was over the Christmas of 97, 98, was working with her, Helen Lee, and a bloke called Trevor Marshall. Milton Keynes, FM 103, Horizon, FM 103. Oh, today's better music mix, I think was the thing. And it was, I had a lot of fun. I did also get a lot of resentment there. And me and her would laugh at how ridiculous it all was. And she taught me a lot. And she was very, when I talked to her a lot about leaving. And when I was after 6 months, and it seemed crazy in my head to leave a job in radio after only 6 months, but it just didn't feel like I was in the right place. And she said, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And she was right. And then I didn't see her for years and years until we were at Three Counties, and I saw her a bit. And I didn't really talk to them because something like sort of 15, 16 years had happened and things had changed. I mean, I talked and said hello to her, but we weren't as close then as we had been in 97.
Well, she was based in Milton Keynes a lot, wasn't she? We didn't see her very much. But my experience of her was similar to yours in that we were kind of the only two female presenters on the station for a long time. And we used to talk about that. And we used to find sort of solidarity and solace in each other. But also, we used to laugh about stuff. She was a really kind, fun, upbeat person to be around. And it turned out her husband was my first boss in radio as well.
Oh,
so there's a weird sort of...
There you go, you see. Nepotism
thing.
Is what you're saying.
No, it just worked out that way. They were a lovely couple. They had a lovely little girl who was premature when she was born, and I remember seeing a picture of this little girl so tiny, and I knew how hard fought for she was, and I knitted her the smallest little sort of hat and cardigan set, and it was from a pattern for a doll.
Oh, bless.
And that little girl survived, and she's the pride and joy of the family, absolute treasure. I loved Helen. I loved her.
I loved Helen. She was delightful. Most of you won't have heard of her. I know some of you will have done. And love you, Helen. And
lots of love to the family.
Gone too soon, checked out too soon. He left us too soon. So that's really sad. And I just thought I really wanted to mention that because that was really important. Because she was important to both of us. Let's 0344 499 1000. Let's go to Becky. Good evening, Becky.
Hello, Ian. Hello, Catherine. How are you?
Oh, Becky.
Hello. I was thinking, how you're not getting enough calls and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe you should do a spell.
Oh, call spell, yes.
All right.
Of course that's what we need to do.
The trouble is, between Ian and I, we've got quite a bit of magic, but not the right kind of magic, and often it goes awry. We're worried that we might, like, collapse the station or something. If only we knew someone who had not only powers, but control over her powers. I don't suppose you know anyone, do you, Becky?
Hey, I like that cackle.
Trying to find some like spooky sound effects so that we can. Here we go. This might do it. There we go. We got now. We're ready. Let's do it.
That just sounds like me farting in the bath.
Oh, jeez! Whoa! No, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? By the way, Witch's Fart. Great band from the 70s. If you can get, they only did 2 albums. If you can get there, I think the second one is better. If you can get the second album by Witch's Fart, man alive, it is worth a fortune. Oh, speaking of bands, I think next Tuesday, we've only got Johnny Eccles and Love coming in the studio. We've only got, are you aware of Love, Becky?
Well, I did help you to do that love spell for...
But the rock group, here we go, listen, these guys are coming in. Yeah! Was a boy, I thought about the times I'd be a man. I can't remember the words. Hang on, let's do it. Let's do it, man. Let's do 7 and 7 is. Hang on a second. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, next week, I'm going to do this in front of Johnny Eccles, who plays the lead guitar.
I'm sure he'll be delighted.
He'll be thrilled by it. He's going to love it. He'll say, Johnny, listen, you got to let me come up on stage with you guys and sing. Here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. When I was a boy, I thought about the times I'd be a man. I'd sit inside a bottle and pretend that I was in a can. In my lonely room, I'd sit my mind in an ice cream cone.
Very silly.
You can throw me if you wanna, 'cause I'm a bone, and I go, bip, bip, yeah. Yeah, son, these are real lyrics. This is when songs meant.
My favourite bit is the bip, bip.
Yeah, these are songs, when songs...
That's going to go straight to number 1 now.
Straight to number 1. Here we go, verse 2. If I don't start crying, it's because that I ain't got no eyes. My father's in the fireplace and my dog lies hypnotized.
Right, give me that medicine bottle.
Through a crack of light, I was unable to find my way. Trapped inside a night, but I'm a day, and I go bip, bip, yeah.
No more Tixie licks for you.
Here we go. Singing this to the man next to it. I'm singing it. One, 2, 3, 4.
Wish you could see the faces, Becky. It's really something.
Feeling it. So when songs meant something, here we go.
It looks like someone's surprising him with a pencil at the Jackson.
All right. Okay. The other way around, I think. Here we go. Oh, there's no more words. The words are finished. Okay.
That is better than Supertramp.
They're
special, that wasn't it?
They are coming here next week, and boy, oh boy, it's going to be something special, something absolutely special. And I, for one, cannot wait. I've got what we can only call a rock and roll boner.
Oh, right.
Brilliant.
There we go.
Anyway, this spell, Becky.
Yeah. To get more callers. Good callers as well. Don't want rubbish ones.
No, you
hang
don't
on,
want
I've got a spell. I've got a spell that might work.
I've got an idea, though.
Hang on, Becky. I've got a spell that might work.
Right.
Let me think. Ah, yeah. I just got out my little red book the minute that you said goodbye. I thumbed right through my little red book. I wasn't gonna sit and cry. I went from A to Z. I took out every pretty girl in town. They danced with me. And as I held them, all I did was talk about you. Hear your name and I'd start to cry. There's just no getting over you. Oh no. There ain't no girl in my little red book who could ever replace your charms.
Oh my God.
And each girl in my little red book knows you're the one I'm thinking of. Oh, won't you please come back? Without your precious love, I can't go on. It's haunted me.
Oh.
I need you so much. All I did was talk about you. Hear your name and I start to cry. There's just no getting over you. Oh no. Etc. etc.
Check the phones. Has that worked?
No, it's not.
What?
Okay, right, let's get on to the spell. I'm going to be quiet. This is Catherine and Becky are going to do this because I think witches are sexy. So Catherine and Becky are going to do a spell. Away you go, ladies. Over to you.
I don't know how to do it. I'll just be quiet.
Okay, so here we go.
No, you're going to have to help me here, though, Catherine.
All right.
All right. So if you get, like, a picture of a phone or an actual phone and just, like...
I haven't got a phone in it.
Can I just Google a picture of a phone? All right, hang on.
That'll do.
All right, here we go. I've got one.
All right. Okay, so...
Did you just do a witch's fart then?
She just let a quiet one out, yeah.
Oh. What was that?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, come on.
Yes, so you need an incantation.
Yeah, you're the witch, do it! Flipping it! You're the witch, do it!
All right. So, everyone who can hear on the talk radio, phone in.
We finish at 1 o'clock, so I'm going to ask you to speed it up slightly, Becky.
Okay. So, mote it be.
0344 499 1000. 0344 499 1000. 0344 499 1000.
And that should work, should it, Becky?
Well, hopefully. But I've got an idea why you might not be getting phone calls.
Here we go.
You know, you remember when you banned Alan Caddick? I think he's cursed you.
Oh, the curse. The curse of the Caddick. The curse of the Caddick. That's a curse I will happily take. He's only banned for 2 weeks for falling asleep every time he phones in. 0344 499 1000. This, dear listener, is Talk Radio.
The Matthew Wright Show. Big guests, undiluted opinion, and supercharged entertainment. Tomorrow afternoon from 1. Right. Talk Radio.
I need your help.
Richard Jobson from the Skids is my special guest.
Oh,
sports guru Jeff Stelling's dropping
it's
by
not
too.
true.
We'll take another tour around Curiosity Corner.
I hate that.
Expect laughs aplenty from comic Shazia Mercer. It's the Matthew Wright Show from 1.
The Matthew Wright Show.
Yeah, baby.
Putting the world to rights. Tomorrow afternoon from 1 on Talk Radio.
Come on.
The radio show for people who know the best part of the day is the night.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Oh, hang on. What's the phone number is? 344 499 1000. That's
one.
No, don't say. We can't change it to 1000. You can't change it to 1000. So it's 344 499 This is the thing. This is the problem with what we've created with this masterpiece of the show. It's the best show on the radio. It's the least listened to show on the radio. I've been having a nice email exchange, 2 from me, 1 from him, with a presenter on BBC London.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not going to say on air who it is.
I bet I know.
Who? Dotton? No.
Oh. Is it...
Huh? Yeah, it's Jim. Oh! Yeah, it's Jim. An email. No, I've done that. I emailed him. I listened to a bit the other day and he was getting a right load of old flack. This guy was calling him a racist. What? Thinking, dude, I've listened to this guy. This is the most liberal, it's non-biased because they're the BBC, but still quite a liberal guy. You're calling him out for being a racist. And he was getting quite angry. It was quite an exciting little... exchange. I just sent him an email and just said, listen, well done for handling that. It was nice to hear a bit of passion from you, but... I get angry in those situations. That's why I don't work for the BBC anymore. And he sent a nice little reply, and I sent a nice little reply, and we're getting a nice little. Excuse me.
Are you getting sausage burps? Because I am.
Yeah, very much so.
It's that charcuterie.
Getting cheese farts.
Oh my! I don't want to know about that.
Okay.
Please.
Grab pussy. It's coming up after 11. 0344 499 1000. So here's the problem with this show. It's too good.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's too good. So we put out... The last couple of shows have been a bit flat, although people then say... There's my favourite cleaner. Hello.
That's Rebecca.
That's Rebecca. Hey, Rebecca. I like her. I like all of the nighttime staff here. At,
she's particularly jolly.
She's very, very nice. The last couple of shows felt a bit flat to me.
Mm-hmm.
Partly a confidence issue, and tomorrow on my stream on Twitch, I will be doing a stream on Twitch, I'll be talking about confidence.
Beautiful.
I'm going to talk about confidence. But then loads of people said, the last couple of shows have been all right. All right, fair enough, fine, whatever, you're wrong, I'm right. They weren't very good. So I put a little tweet out today saying, the show's been a bit flat. Any suggestions on how we can kind of bump it up a little bit? And then what a lot of people did, thank you but no, was then just suggested topics.
Yeah.
Right? And topics, listen, I can come out with 50 topics in 10 minutes, right? And some of them will be quite good, actually. It's not the topics, because we don't really do topics. And then some of the suggestions, like the talent show, I thought, that's good. And David Elmo suggested people phone up and sing guitar solos down the phone. I quite like that as well. But we put this stuff out. No one phones in for it. No one phones in. No one phones in for it. We put out talent show. Talent shows are great. It's a great phone-in. It's one of the great phone-ins of all time.
It's definitely in the top 5.
Oh, it's up there. No one phones in for it.
No
one phones in for it.
They're not used to being asked for things. What they're used to doing, what you, dear listener, are used to doing, is coming on and pleasing yourself. And you know what? We're happy with that.
You said what at the same time as Macca?
What?
There we go, not quite then. It's fine. So we'll sit here and chat and stuff, but you guys should get off your jacksies and call. There was a point to that. I can't think what it was. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So topics is not the thing, because we can do those. Maybe I would like more guests. I think I'm going to I would like to. So I'm going to have a little think over the weekend and get some more guests in, because 3 hours of just you and me wanging on.
Oh, it's bliss, obviously.
It can't be.
But sometimes
that can't be what you guys want.
Yeah.
It can't be. And we really need these listener figures to go up. Imagine if they go down the next time. That's it, it's game over. And I know what that feels like, because I saw a movie today called Late Night with Emma Thompson, where Emma Thompson plays a late night TV show host, and Martin Kellner was right. It's not a great movie. One of my least favourite things in movies, makes me actually physically embarrassed, right, to the point where I get uncomfortable, is scenes in movies when actors are doing stand-up comedy. Makes me so uncomfortable. So Emma Thompson is like the chat's host. She comes out and does some monologues. And then there's a bit where she just kind of secretly just pops up at a comedy club. And it's Emma Thompson acting as a stand-up. Oh, God, it's so cringy. And then there's a couple of other actors who do stand-up in it. Oh, it's so cringy. It's awful. What's that Robert De Niro film we watched on the plane? Title unnecessary, I think. Or I watched it anyway. Robert De Niro is a stand-up comedian in it. And
oh, yes, I remember this.
And it's and he does stand-up, and it's just, oh, God.
Does it in old people's home?
I don't. No, it's not in an old people's home. It's so awful. The stand-up is so awful. Actors doing stand-up. No, thank you. It's a terrible, terrible thing. Let's go to Gatford. Good evening, Gatford.
Good evening. How are you?
Very well, thank you. What have you got for us?
Excellent. You mentioned that thing about the over-familiar waitress.
Yes.
I've had an over-familiar waiter. There was a wonderful Chinese in Blackheath. It's no longer there.
All right, mate. All right. We call him a Chinese man or woman. Let's not be racist about this.
It's a restaurant. It's a
okay.
restaurant.
All right. Let's not be No, Scott. Actually, it's not King of Comedy. Actually, it's not that film.
No.
It's not that film,
No,
Scott.
it was something where his kid ends up
His
doing
kid ends
stand-up.
up telling a joke about pussy in school.
Yeah.
When he's like 8 in the school talent show.
Yeah.
So it's not that, Scott. Thank you. Next, carry on, Gatford.
Was it called The Comedian?
Who knows?
No,
Who
the
cares?
restaurant was not called The Comedian.
Stop. Right. Stop it now. This is turning into a very bad Abbott and Costello sketch. Carry on.
Okay. They did a particularly nice mango chicken, which was what
Just
we
get
used
to
go
the
there.
point. One
I'm
more.
getting there.
One
Getting there.
more cul-de-sac, and you are gone.
When we used to go as a group, there was a very overfamiliar head waiter.
Yeah.
He would always come and sort of put his arm on your shoulder when you were choosing your meal, just a little bit. And then once, when we left, he gave my friend a little pat on the bottom as we went upstairs.
Male or female friend?
Male friend.
Did he touch your prawn balls?
No comment.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. Show me on this Chinese menu where he touched you. That's not a bad gag. That's not a bad gag. It's not a bad gag. It's not a bad.
It's inappropriate in whatever language you speak.
It's not a bad gag, guys. It's not a bad gag. 03.
Also, he's serving food. Touching people on the bottom.
Here's the thing. Continentals, the Greeks, the French, the Italians, and I would put the Chinese in that as well.
What?
I would put the Chinese in that list that I just uttered.
I mean, they're on a continent, but
Yeah.
it's not the
Yeah.
one you're referring to.
Yeah, they are. Hang on a minute, are we still in Europe?
At the moment.
Will we still be in Europe after Brexit?
I mean, geographically, yes.
So we're still part of the continent of Europe?
No.
So what continent?
We're an island, aren't we?
Okay, so what continent are we in?
It's the United Kingdom.
That's not a continent. What continent?
We're an island, we're not a continent.
This is the question. No one has thought of this.
A continent is a landmass composed of more than one country.
Incorrect. That's incorrect. What's Australasia?
It's not.
Huh?
It's,
Yeah. Got you there, haven't I?
Yeah.
I've got you. What's Australasia?
That face.
Yeah, because I've got you banged to rights. You're nicked, son.
No, but isn't Australasia, that includes a cluster of islands as well?
So that's not a landmass, is it?
No, it's not a continent. Is it?
All right, what's Oceania? Oceania. Oceania.
Sorry?
Isn't
Isn't it a song? Oceania.
Miss Jones, you've not heard of the continent of Oceania?
Of course I have. It's not a continent, though.
Yes, it is.
No.
Well, what's that continent that Australia is in, then?
It's Australia.
That is a country! Dear God! Can we get a geography teacher on the line, please? For the love of all that is holy. Hang on 1 second. Sir, will you stop phoning? You're a horrible old racist! You, 8234, whose number we passed to the police today. You're a horrible racist. Go away!
Go on.
Yeah! All night he's phoning up. He's a horrible old racist. Sorry, I lost my temper there a little bit. 0344
Let's just get this straight. You don't like him.
0344, I hate him. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Let me be. All I want in this world is to Cause this time I know it's you who lose. Let me play it one more time.
Here we go. Next week, the lead guitar player, Johnny Eccles, is coming in. And they're going to play some tunes for us. And I am very, very excited. Good evening, dear listener. That was for Kenneth Noyd, by the way. The 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. The late night alternative every weeknight from 10 with me, Iain Lee, and you,
Catherine Boyle.
You can listen on DAB. You can download the app, and you can also, I can't remember what the other one is.
Get knotted.
What? Okay, so a continent, Catherine, is a landmass.
It's an expanse of
land. Yeah. Okay, fine.
One of the 7 main expanses of land across the world.
Okay, fine. Let's take. Sorry. What continent is Japan part of?
It's its own island. It's not a part of a continent.
Look, first of all, you're wrong.
No.
Japan is not an island.
It is.
No, it's not.
It's 2 islands.
It's a series of islands.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And you're telling me there is a continent called Japan?
No. It's not a continent.
It's part of Asia.
Yeah. It's not a continent.
Asia is a continent.
No, you're talking about Asia in terms of like
and a band
a
philosophy.
philosophy, a geographical philosophy.
No,
but actually, it's not
Asia.
part of the main continent of Asia.
I'm talking about Asia as a continent.
Yeah, but Japan's not.
You are embarrassed.
Japan's not joined to it.
You are embarrassing yourself.
No.
How the hell can we get a Chinese person to phone up? What the hell was going on in the late 19th century? Like, Japan is tiny. This is history time for you kids. Japan is tiny. And China is absolutely huge, right? It's absolutely huge. So how the hell in the late 19th century, how the hell did Japan take over China?
Ninja skills.
Yeah? My style. Why you want to kick me? What? We came here to battle. Fight me. Yeah.
Oh, I found that quite exciting.
This is labelled as Kung Fu sound effects. Sorry, let me correct. This is labelled as Kung Fu sound FX.
FX, yeah.
This is the best thing I've ever heard. This is almost
Why you want to fight me?
This is almost as good as Paul McCartney making Mashed Potato, which we played for 10 minutes on air yesterday. Boy, oh boy, it was great.
You're pretty good,
Thank you very much indeed.
but your style is no match for mine.
Oh, I'm taking every clip of these off and they're going on my soundboard.
Oh. Ow. Hey! Stop that. Leave it alone. It'll fall off. My God.
This is great. What?
What is he doing?
Ooh. Hey.
Oh.
Felt that one. Oh. Hey, you've been a very naughty girl. Welcome to Kung Fu Spanking Club.
Ow. Oh. Oh. Oh, there's no need for that.
Thank you, Master. 0344 499 1000. Good evening, Max.
Good evening.
Can you explain how China was taken over by the Japanese in the late 19th century?
Yeah, quite easily, really. They went by boat.
Well, that's the mode of travel.
Yes. Not how were the Japanese taken over to China? How did the Japanese take over China?
You put the comma in the wrong place.
I'll put the comma up your jacksie in a minute.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh, don't.
Okay.
You will.
There it goes. There's a full stop. There's the exclamation mark. Yes, Maximilian, what can we do for you?
Okay. I've been listening for about 3 months, and you've certainly had your ups and downs in that time, but I must say that last night's was really fantastic. In fact, it was the best night.
Oh.
And the reason was, I think, is it was funny, it was light, and there was just no heaviness. It was really, really good.
Thank you very much indeed.
And in my experience,
Yeah.
As humble as it may or may not be,
This guy's a
you know,
joke.
I think you guys do too much work.
Hang on a minute.
Oh,
Max.
God, that's a brilliant one.
Max, hang on a minute. Do you know who you're speaking to? The biggest even Sam is in hysterics. You shouldn't be laughing, actually, Sam. That's rude.
I think it might be underpaid. No, seriously. Late night radio, to my mind anyway, has always been a combination of the listeners, as aggravating as some are, and the presenters. And I honestly think that you guys just do too much work.
Tell me what you mean by that, because I'm curious and I'm interested in what you're saying.
Okay, what I mean is that you're right that if you just sit there and listen to two people all the time, however entertaining they are, you can lose it.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that when my opinion, when sensible people phone up, you sometimes just close them off. They're on for 20
All right, shut up. Thank you, Max. Thank you for your call.
That was boring.
I'm joking. That was a joke. We did a little piece there, Max. Welcome back.
Thank you. And, you know, it's always, late night radio has always been a combination of listening, you know, having a longer conversation.
You're right.
A bit like this, to be honest.
Yeah, you're right. Can you give me an example from last night? I'm not in any way picking a fight. I just want to get my head around it. And I think I get your point. Could you do you have an example from last night where I cut an interesting person off too quickly?
No, because I don't remember when you did it. But I think that generally, I think that generally, if you look at the ratio between who does the talking, I honestly think you two guys are doing too much work.
I like what you're saying. I tell you. Hang on a second, because I appreciate what Max is saying actually, and I get it. Some of the people you may have heard us cut off, because you are a relatively new listener, there may be some history perhaps that you have missed. As we don't have an example, I can't quite tell. There may be a history. They may be a very regular caller. I'm really aware that the regular callers, I've got a lot of time for them and a lot of respect for them. We've got Nigel from Maidstone is coming up next, which is absolutely fantastic. But I'm also aware that sometimes, Max, the regular listeners can be a little turned off hearing the same voices night in and night out. So it is possible that someone you thought I'd given a short amount of time to perhaps had a longer amount of time a couple of nights before.
No, I'm talking about generally, just in my experience over the last few months. So, in other words, I think that a key skill, I think a key skill of a presenter is you being able to facilitate longer on people that are more interesting, occasionally cutting off people that are regular, which you actually do. Yeah. But I feel it's taken me some time to actually pick up the phone because I think, you know, will I just get closed down because you're in a sort of a mood in inverted?
No, I know what you mean by the mood, but also, my job. And I'll bring Kath in a second. My job is to make the show entertaining and interesting, and if I think people are boring, and I can't get them to an interesting place, I can't just let them carry on being boring. I've got to get rid of them.
Well, I agreed. I mean, it's difficult. The late night radio is difficult, but it's just I'm just saying that I think the improvement recently has been a lot better because when I first started listening, I could not get my head around this, what was going on.
I know.
And some of those nights were, I nearly abandoned a couple of times. But recently it's been, and last night I thought was really good.
Really? Because I thought last night was really dull.
No, I think that there was a greater contribution from the people. The laughter about I forget what it was, the lady who phoned in. I mean,
the cook.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, it was a breath of fresh air, honestly.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm hooked, but not when it gets dark and it's
Well, no, we've addressed that. We've addressed the darkness, and ever since I had a breakdown on air, which was actually I would listen to that if I were.
I didn't hear that.
It was a great one. It's a classic. We've made a conscious effort since we moved. Since we moved here, so it's in the last 4 or 5 weeks. The show is like the Giggle Factory is back open, Max. We listened. People liked a little bit of the shade, but they wanted more of the laughter. And so that is the last 4 or 5 weeks. That is what we have made a conscious effort to deliver. Catherine, I feel you bristling slightly.
Yeah.
I wondered why. Because I'm enjoying what Max is saying. I'm taking this
I think it's
as constructive criticism.
Okay, and I know it comes from a good place. But I am really reticent to chase callers over what we're giving to the listener, because actually we don't make the programme for the callers, we make it for the listener.
But he's not. I don't
think you're saying that. But that's why I bristle, because it's like, okay, we let people on and give them. Hang on, and we let people on and you let them talk for longer. But there's a reason why we don't let some people talk for longer, and that's because we're considering the listener rather than what the caller's doing. Yeah,
of course, and it's your show, guys. I mean, that's I respect that. It's your show. I can only give you my opinion.
No, I appreciate
a genuine opinion, because I really want you guys to succeed.
Thank you.
Love it when you get that right, and that chemistry between you. It is lovely. I thought it's lovely.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Max. And you have given me food for thought, and I think that's kind of the direction that hopefully we're moving in. And I appreciate that, Max. Thank you, mate.
Well, good luck to you both.
And give us a call again. Thank you very much indeed. May I ask? There is a vibe in the room. May I ask about it?
What?
I feel a bristling coming from you. Am I misinterpreting that?
Yeah.
You were.
I'm getting trolled on Twitter for the difference between continents and islands. That's what's going on.
Oh, okay. So your beef wasn't with Max.
No, but there is a little bit of. I was hoping, and he explained himself, and it was fine. That he wasn't suggesting that. What he wasn't saying was, you're talking too much and you're not letting people have their say. Because people are having their say all over the radio dial at this time of night, and for the most part, they're bloody boring, and the person who's talking to them on the other end of the microphone isn't listening to them.
Sorry, I was miles away. But we also have to bear in mind, we had our lowest figures in May. Mm-hmm. Our lowest figures.
But uploads are like the biggest on the station.
Oh, can you see how many we got? Because I can't remember if you found them. But I don't think he was. I think that.
No, I don't think either. But
that was constructive criticism.
I get it.
That wasn't okay. Just feels a little bit. Just feels a little bit tense in here.
Yeah.
And I don't think that tension comes directly from you not knowing what a continent is.
Why are you poking the bear? I really wouldn't today. I really wouldn't.
Don't see me as the cabbie that came out and road raged you. I'm your best friend. Yesterday you were wearing a vest that had 52 faces of me on it.
I'm not wearing it today.
Wow.
Step away from my car.
Flippin' heck. Lavinya, Nigel, you're coming up next. This is Talk Radio.
Neon lit night talk for torch singers, trolley dollies, and train wrecks like me.
Never know just where the conversation will take you.
What I'm going to say sounds ridiculous.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
There we go. We got there. Emma says, I used to love the show before you had the bollocking after your meltdown. It was all real and also funny. Now, too much attention on funny, faux laughter and silly noises doesn't seem genuine. It was better when you were allowed to be you. There's no faux laughter. Every laugh on this is genuine. We're not one of those, it's not like, one of those posse shows from the zoo shows. It's all genuine. I think there is more attention on funny, yeah, I'll give you that, because that was what people told us that they wanted. Always played silly noises, man, you should have heard the LBC show I did. Silly noises galore. Always played silly noises. Doesn't seem genuine. It is. Sorry it doesn't feel that way to you, but it is. It was better when you were allowed to be you. Here's the thing, we've always been allowed to be us. So points taken, Emma, but strongly disagree with, but I appreciate the feedback. Thank you very much indeed. Let us go to Jim. Good evening, Jim.
Hi, Iain. You okay?
I'm all right, thank you, Jim. What have you got for us?
I haven't got anything for you, but what I have got is an apology because last time I was on, I believe you cut me off because I said a swear word and it was out of order and I didn't realise I shouldn't have said it.
Okay, apology accepted. These things
Is that
happen.
all right?
That's absolutely fine. Yeah, apology accepted.
So can I go back to the story that I was telling you when you cut me off? It was about Nigel, you know, the guy you've got on all the time and all that guy, whatever he is. And he was on a video that I did millions of years ago.
I don't think we cut you off because of the swear. I think we cut you off because this is out of order. But
what was out of order?
You came on and you dropped a C-bomb, I think, and
I was, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And I realised that I was being a little bit aggressive and I shouldn't have.
You were being aggressive. All right. Well, I feel uncomfortable, Jim, but because it was a really unpleasant phone call. But okay, what do you want to say?
Well, no, honestly, I promise you this time that I want it, the whole point of I want to apologise about it. And
okay, and I'm allowed to tell you that I still feel uncomfortable. But what would you like to say?
Okay. Well, I'd like to promote my new album, which is called Iain.
Thanks very much indeed. Let's go to Nigel. Good evening, Nigel.
Oh, hi guys.
Hi, Nigel.
I'm a bit down in the dumps tonight.
Why is that, Nigel?
Well, I went to see the doctor.
Nigel, please go and Nigel, please go and this. I know you're down, but every time you phone us up, your phone breaks up. Please, when you start the phone call, stand in the place where you know the phone signal's going to work.
Is that better?
No, go and stand where you know it's going to work, mate, so we can hear this.
Is that better?
That's much better, thank you.
That's near the window. Yeah, I kept my appointment and went to the doctor as you asked me to do.
Yes.
And so I'm pleased that I kept it. I didn't push it off, you know. I managed to go sit round. I waited an hour to see. He was an hour behind, and I got there early. So
okay, what did the doctor say?
But everything's fine at the moment,
right?
Apart from what I'll explain in a minute. I told him about my hip replacement's been hurting. You know, when I did the garden myself.
Okay.
I couldn't put my leg to the ground afterwards, and so obviously I've got to do less gardening.
Okay, so what did the doctor say?
Well, he said that I should get an X-ray on my hip.
Okay, has he booked you in for that?
No, I've got to decide whether I want it on. See how it goes.
Okay,
you know, whether I want it on. That's that sorted. The problem is, I've run out of money again.
Okay.
I've got no money till next Wednesday.
Yep.
And I've got no money to buy any drinks or any dinners. I've been on to Dawn, the person who helps me, and she's not got back to me. And absolutely, I've never been in this situation for a long time. But the problem is that I had to pay my phone bill, otherwise I couldn't have called the show or call anybody.
Yeah.
It was £83.
I don't understand why your phone bill is so expensive every month.
All my money gone, you see.
Yeah, I don't. You need to change your phone. You need to change.
I can't change the phone company until I pay the whole lot.
Nigel, please go and stand somewhere where we can hear you because you're breaking up.
Yeah. I need to pay the whole bill up before I can change to another phone company.
You need to stop. You need to stop making as many phone calls as you do, and stop using as much internet as you do. Whatever you're doing.
No, I don't use much.
Nigel,
internet.
please let me. Nigel. Whatever you're doing on that phone, your phone bills are ridiculously expensive, right?
But I've got the laptop as well, which is incredible.
Do you? How do you get the laptop online? Is that through your?
Oh, I've got a digibox. You know, the one that gives you the signal.
I just don't understand why your phone bill is so. So it's £83 for the month.
It's going to be £83 a month now to pay off the £400 bill.
£83 a month.
Yes, yes.
Well, who else are you phoning? Are you phoning up?
My brother, I ring quite often, which is in Norwich, quite 200 miles away.
Right, but that doesn't really make much difference. Are you phoning up like sex lines, 0898
no,
lines?
No, of course not. No,
I'm just asking. £83 a month sounds a ridiculous amount of money to have to pay.
Well, I can't. I can't do anything about it at the moment.
What does the guy who helps you with your bills? What does he say?
Well, they haven't said anything about. They know all about it, but I still have to pay them.
No.
Bills.
What does Simon say about your phone bill?
Well, I haven't discussed the bills with them yet,
mate. He's the guy.
Not Simon. No, I've got to see someone else. I can't see Simon, the man in charge. I have to see a different one now.
Okay, but you should have. You've had their help. You knew this bill was coming.
Yeah.
And you haven't
But
spoken...
If it's not the phone bill, it's the electric bill. But now I've got it in order. The next thing is electric bill. Then the following month, I pay the other thing. So I've got it all sorted. It's all sorted, the bills.
But Nigel, it sounds like you're still handling those things yourself when you were supposed to be handing that over to Simon and his team.
They're pleased that I can handle it myself because I went and told them.
But you can't handle it yourself. Did you tell them that you could handle it yourself?
Well, I haven't got enough money to start with.
Did you tell them you could handle it yourself?
Yes, I did tell them that I could.
And how is it
the bill.
going? How is it going handling yourself? You haven't got any money to buy food for a week.
I'm paying the bills, which
Nigel,
I'm doing my best to pay them. Yes.
Nigel.
Yes.
You need to go back and tell them you've made a mistake and you can't handle it yourself. Because
I'm not getting enough money to handle it.
No, you're spending too much money to handle it yourself.
Yes.
It's not,
anyway.
Not anyway. You need to go back. Nigel, please listen, mate. You need to go back and tell them you cannot handle your bills yourself. I've got no idea when Catherine put in so much work to get this guy to come and help you, and now you've kind of told them you don't want their help.
There's no way that the people are going to cut the bill, otherwise they cut the phone off if I don't pay it.
Listen, Nigel, it's their job to do it. They do it all the time. You can't manage, and you've put yourself back at square one again.
No, the biggest thing is that the electric bill is okay because you just pay what you can afford for the electric.
I don't know what else Nigel, I don't know what else we can do because...
It's mainly the phone bill that's taken all my money, so it's nearly £100, isn't it? So that's what's taken my money, the phone bill.
Here's the thing.
Do you think the social services can help me with the phone bill?
No, your advocate can help you with the phone bill, the person that
That's what I mean. Yeah,
so go back to Simon and his team.
Yeah, to help with the phone, to help reduce the phone bill.
With all your bills.
Well, electric is okay because I'm not paying very much.
all of the bills. What have you been doing with the advocate? Kath spent so long sorting this out. And then we got the... Please let me... Nigel, you have to listen to... Nigel!
Out myself. They wanted me to sort it out.
Okay.
What?
Nigel, you're not prepared to listen to me, and this is going to sound harsh, and I'm going to get a lot of flack on Twitter, but I don't care, actually, because at this precise second there is no...
They said I was doing well, handling it myself. They said I was doing well, even the advocate.
But you hadn't told them about your phone bill, you just said that.
I did, I spoke to him on the phone.
Nigel, I'm going to have to let you go. You need to go and speak to your advocate, because...
I don't know which one that is now, because there's so many that come to different ones, you know.
We can't help you with this.
But I'm just saying I haven't got any money. I can't have it buy any dinner for another week.
I'm really sorry to hear that. I don't know what else. I don't know what else we can do. Because
that's why I came to you for help.
But we've helped you. The help that we got, right?
But they haven't sent me anything to social services, any food this time.
The help that we got you was to get you an advocate who would sit and go through all of your bills.
Well, I've got one.
But you haven't been through all of your bills with them.
Yes, I have, on the phone, actually, on the phone.
Right, so you've been through the phone bill with them?
No, yes, there's only two bills to worry about, the phone bill and the electric.
So you've been through the phone bill with the advocate?
Yes.
Right, and what did the advocate say about the phone bill?
Well, they just said that it's okay that I paid it correctly.
It's not okay for you to be spending £80 a month. No one does that.
Well, I tried to reduce it, and they said that
your advocate would try and reduce it.
I don't know though. We don't know. I shouldn't think so.
No, that's what they do. That's their job, Nigel.
But I still owe the people money.
But your advocate should hopefully be able to sort out a better deal for you.
Maybe.
No, not maybe. That's what they do.
I don't know.
That is what they should have been doing.
You can't get everything for nothing, can you?
No. You shouldn't be living on your own. You need to live in some kind of residential place where people can look after you. Because you living on your own is going to end... He's put the phone down.
We set all this stuff up for him, and he's told him that he's fine.
Well, I don't know what... I'm going to get a load of flack now for being too harsh, but do you know what? I don't care. I don't know what he's told them. Because he's contradicting himself there. He needs to be in a residential care home because he's a very confused person. If you just tuned in, you've never heard Nigel before, don't send me abuse for the way we spoke to him because you haven't got a clue what the story is. I don't know what else. I mean, I don't know what else I can do. I don't know what else we can do.
Because you know what? Even if I follow up with all those people that I made connections with, if he doesn't go to them, it took him like 2 weeks to go to the food bank.
Yeah. You only get a certain number of goes at the food bank, I think, don't you? I don't know if that's the case at everyone or if that's the case at his.
But then if he's telling people he's fine and he's sorted now, of course they're going to remove the help.
And for those who don't know, in the past we did help Nigel out by buying him some food and stuff. But we can't keep doing that. I think we did it twice maybe. I don't know. I mean, phoning the show is costing pennies. I'm trying to work out how you'd have an £83 phone bill. Phoning the show.
No, but that's not even the phone bill. That is the £400 broken down, so we pay more on top of that.
Phoning the show is pennies, and we phone people back. So it's like a local rate number. 0344 is a local rate number. It's actually free in some packages, although I suspect he's on a lousy package. I cannot get my head around, and he cannot explain it to us, how his phone bill is so expensive. And I don't know. There's nothing more we can do. God, this is going to sound harsh. There's nothing more we can do at the moment. For those who don't know, Nigel's been phoning speech radio stations for 20 years, phoning us for 3 years, 4 years, 3.5 years. And Catherine spent a lot of time and effort getting the local MP involved, getting food banks, getting social services, getting the council involved. Jesus, they were slow. Getting an advocate involved, all kind of sorted out by Kath. And for a while, it looked like everything was going to chug along, but we knew this was going to happen. We talked about this privately, that this was going to be the thing. I don't know what else we can do. What else can we do?
Can't keep setting things up for him to either not follow him up or go with the help. We can't keep buying him shopping.
No, we can't.
And
I can't pay the phone bill.
And you and I both know what's going on with the phone bill. He's ringing up and saying, I can pay you this. And they'll say, yeah, fine. They're not going to offer him, they're not going to offer him a deal unless it's quite clear to them that he can't pay any more. He's so panicked about it, he's paying that bill rather than buying food. But they think he can chuck him £100 every now and again.
Peter doesn't. Not Peter. So when I say Peter, I'm thinking of robbing Peter to pay Paul. Nigel doesn't understand priorities. Doesn't understand that food is a priority over the phone bill.
Yeah.
That's what he doesn't understand. I don't know what to say. It's painfully depressing. Here's the thing: there's thousands of Nigels out there, unfortunately. And I don't know what to say. No, it's interesting. It's the second time Nigel's hung up on me, and it's both when I've said something quite blunt and quite realistic that I think he knows. I can't remember what the first was, but I remember him hanging it.
Wasn't it something to do with you're not speaking to Miley Cyrus?
Yeah, that was it. You're not speaking to Miley Cyrus. And it's a real inability to... is this real enough for you, by the way, guys? It's a real inability to accept reality. And doesn't want to accept the reality that he can't live like that. Ay. Jesse, Lavinya, Ray will come to you in a bit. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
Right. Onwards and upwards. Let's go to... hang on a second. I've got my old things in the wrong place. There we go. Let's go to Jessie. Good evening, Jessie.
Hello, Iain.
Hello, Jessie.
I thought I'd bring a bit of cheer.
Okay.
You asked for a bit of talent.
Yes, at last some talent is calling in. Well, you're not on speakerphone, are you, Jessie?
No, I'm just
okay.
being loud.
Okay, it's being loud and proud.
Make people smile. I've got a bit of stand-up. Couple of minutes. First of all,
yeah.
I need to apologise.
Is it a bit racist?
I was planning on doing stand-up, but I can't because I'm wheelchair bound.
So you... She's in! Yes, we're in!
Sit-down comedy.
Here we go. She is in. All righty, let's do this. Is that it?
You fell for it then.
Is that it?
I've got another one.
Hang on a minute. How many have you got? You've only got 2?
Pardon?
Have you only got 2?
I've got another one.
Okay, here we go. Let's hear it.
What flavour jam do cars like? Or hate?
Hang on, do they like it or do they hate it?
Both.
Okay.
Traffic jam. Hope that's made everyone smile a bit.
I think everyone's crying. I think everyone, Jessie, is crying and is trying to find the phone number for Dignitas. That's what everyone's doing. Have you got any more jokes, Jessie?
Not at the moment.
Everyone's just put the phone down to Dignitas. They're fine.
You know, for Nigel, I'm a bit worried about him.
We're all a bit worried about him,
And
Jessie.
being disabled myself,
Yeah.
I know this. The phone bill,
Yeah.
the electric and gas, somebody can phone up for him. And
He's got an
because
advocate.
He's vulnerable,
Here's the thing. He's got an advocate. He's got an advocate. He's got an advocate.
but it doesn't sound like they've put him on priority service.
No, do you know why? Because the
Why?
council doesn't recognise him as a vulnerable person. They say he's got no.
That's a shame.
He's not
Sorry, I
been.
didn't know that.
He's
bit.
not been diagnosed, and so as far as they're concerned, he's not got any kind of learning or understanding difficulties. And so,
that's hard.
even though, I mean, just having a conversation with him, you can tell that there are bits that he's not that he's not getting.
Sorry, I didn't realise that. bit.
Yeah.
I was only trying to help.
No, I completely understand that. This has been going on for ages, and you know it breaks our heart. But
And sometimes he rings and he's really funny and he does his singing.
I know.
It's such a shame, I know.
Isn't it? Isn't it just?
Yeah.
All right, Jessie. Yeah, thank you. You take care as
Bye.
well. Your jokes are absolutely flipping awful, if I'm completely honest. Let's go to Lavinya.
Good evening, my lovelies.
Good evening, Lavinya.
Lavinya. Anyway, Ian, what I'd like to say to you is that
I say
you
yes, let's do it. Turn over.
actually sound just like me.
Yes,
absolutely crazy.
Filthy.
Ian, are you still there?
Oh, baby.
Catherine, what I'd like to say to you and Ian, that you must be attracting hundreds of LBC listeners.
Hang on a minute.
I love it.
Yeah, I tell you what you love. You love this.
What's that? I love it, yeah.
Ever been tied up?
You definitely.
Tell us what happened.
Well, because of it, I was trying to tell you the other night that I was slapping my face just to look youthful, and people were thinking that I was getting men in my house.
You were dicking men in your house?
Getting
Flipping
men. Heck,
I
Ian.
thought she said dicking. She's doing her own...
Are you there, Ian?
Yes, I am. Who's this? Lavinia's father?
What I'm actually trying to say, my lovely, is that...
You were dicking men in your house?
Oh, my God.
Yes. When I say men, friends, vulnerable friends,
yes,
men who I have empathy for,
yes,
people who are very narrow-minded, tunnel vision, who are not
One
like you
vision.
or not like myself.
No, you're very open. You're very broad-minded. You swing both ways, as they say.
You're just like me, Ian. I'll tell you something now. I believe
The
in my
children
heart
are the future.
that you have had a breakdown, and that's the best thing that's ever happened. Am I right?
Yes, you are right, sister.
Brother, I love you.
I love you, Lavinya. This is Talk Radio.
The late night lip service for lovers, loners, and lounge lizards.
Where exactly is your accent from?
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
I've forgotten your name already, excuse me.
on Talk Radio.
Dearie me.
Not very well.
And therefore I suffer.
Yep. I'm going down. You're going down. Let's go to Adam. Good evening, Adam.
Good evening, Ian. How are you?
None of your business. What you got for us?
Okay. Well, it's completely thrown me, the last caller, to be honest.
You're feeling horny now?
Yeah. Mega. The person before that, he was talking about the food banks and the phone bill.
Yeah?
Well, I used to have a bit of a successful company, lived a good lifestyle, etc. Long story short, the company went into liquidation, I went bankrupt.
Uh-oh.
And I don't understand how someone can't budget a life. I'm living in a one-bedroom flat.
Yeah.
Hand-to-mouth, pennies in my pocket.
Yeah.
I'm living a lavish lifestyle. And I don't understand how someone can run up such a phone bill and not understand what's happened or have to then go to a food bank. I just don't comprehend it.
Okay, well, I don't comprehend how someone could have a huge, massive business and blow it all.
Yeah, I know, but these things aren't exactly in your control sometimes.
Okay, well, and sometimes following logical rules and plans aren't in someone's control sometimes.
Yeah, but how can you run up a massive phone bill and go, I can't...
Because how can you have a really successful business go tits up? How can that... I don't understand how that can happen.
Maybe someone doesn't pay you the money when they should.
Okay. Well, so what you're saying is maybe there are things... Maybe you look at something and it looks really obvious. Like, to me, I don't understand how a huge successful business can go tits up, right? But you've just explained that maybe there is something out of the sphere that I can see that was a factor. So can you apply that to Nigel's situation?
In a weird backwards way, yes.
No, not in a weird backwards way. Can you not apply what I've just learned? You've just taught me something, that sometimes everything is not as it seems.
No.
Can you not apply that to Nigel's situation?
Well, no, because it's all in his control.
Right, well, I can see why your business went bankrupt.
Why is that then?
Because you haven't got any humanity, and you haven't got many life skills.
Not sure about that.
No, I'm positive. You haven't got any humanity, you haven't got any life skills, and you haven't got the ability to look at problems from different directions. That's why your business went bankrupt.
No, it isn't. But anyway, that's the ins and outs of it. But
yeah, the ins and outs. I'll tell you. I can explain Nigel's situation if you want.
What then?
He's got learning difficulties. Next.
So why does the current economy and environment allow him to run up these debts?
Because the system doesn't work. The system is flawed.
Yeah,
our vulnerable. Adam, I'm explaining it to you. You've asked me a question. The system doesn't work, and our most vulnerable people are not looked after, and many of them fall through the cracks. That's how.
Yeah, but that's my point. Why?
No, your point. Your initial point was. No, your point was you don't understand how someone can't be in control of their bills.
No. Why are people allowing people to run?
That's not what you said. That's not what you said.
Well,
you said that's not what you said. You said something very, very. Hang on, Adam. Adam. They can't hear you when I'm talking. You said something very specific. You said you can't understand how he had allowed this situation to run out of control. Now you're saying something very, very different.
Right. Maybe I didn't make myself clear at the start. Then.
No, you didn't.
But why? Okay.
You said something. Well, I think you did make yourself. I think you did make yourself clear, and now you're realising that you're talking a lot of old bollocks.
Not really, but...
Yeah, really.
Why can people get into debt like that? Why are they allowed to get into debt?
Because it's really... Do you live in the real... Hang on a sec. Do you live in the real world?
I hope
How much debt did you get into with your business?
A lot.
Right, exactly. It happens, right? And you're a smart bloke who hasn't got learning difficulties. It's easy to borrow money. It's easy to get...
Easy?
Oh, God. Because we live in a capitalist society that supports people, that luckily supports people when they go bankrupt and writes off significant amounts of their debt, all right? That unfortunately doesn't look after vulnerable people who've got learning difficulties. Are you really this stupid?
I'm not stupid.
You are stupid. You're stupid, you're thick, and you're insensitive.
I'm not.
Well, you are.
No.
Okay, well, this is not a great argument. Me saying you are and you going, no. Try again. What's your point?
No. So, if someone has learning difficulties, why aren't the safeguards put in place? Why is someone like that allowed to run up a debt?
Because the council don't recognise...
Why
Adam,
the people who are looking
one question at a time. No one's looking after him. The council do not recognise he has learning difficulties. And I'll say the phrase again.
But why not?
I'll tell you why.
Oh, Jesus, this guy's thick.
Until recently, Nigel's been living with his mum, who has been taking care of everything for him. Everything, right? Nigel's in his 60s now, and he's finding himself on his own for the first time ever. Nigel has no idea that his mum has been taking care of so much stuff because she's protected him from it. There are hundreds of Nigels out there who, when their elderly mums pass on, get plushed out into a system that doesn't recognise them. Now, he's not been diagnosed with a learning difficulty because it was never raised as a problem, because his mum always just said to him, you know, I'll look after you. They took it. She didn't want him going into an institution. She didn't want him being put on any lists. As far as she was concerned, this was her son and she was going to take care of things. That is something that is a generational thing that we're now reaping, I was going to say rewards of. We're reaping what we've sown there.
Yeah,
there are loads of them. So he's not on any lists. And when I've tried to get him help as a vulnerable person, because he's not on a list, he's not got a diagnosis, they won't do it.
No, I understand that. I think, Ian, you've been a bit harsh there, because I completely empathise and understand.
No, you came on. That's not what you said when you came on. No, Adam, I'm not being harsh. I'm being very factual. You came on, and that's you made for someone who ran. I can see why your business went bust, because you're very, very unclear when you're speaking. You said something very, very specific at the start, and then you completely changed what you were saying. So, do you understand the situation now?
No, I understand what you're saying, and I understand the situation, but you're not letting me kind of put my point across.
Away you go.
Well, why in this society, if he has learning difficulties, learning disabilities, why isn't someone there?
Because the system doesn't work.
He's not been diagnosed. He's not on a list. He's not recognised.
But why
doesn't.
Not? That's the point.
Because the system doesn't work. I don't know. Dude, the system doesn't work. You're only just finding out tonight, listening to this show, that vulnerable people are not being looked after. Please tell me you knew that before tonight.
Of course I did it.
Right, well then you understand the system doesn't work.
How there's checks in place when someone applies for credit or someone applies
But there's not checks in place when you apply for credit.
But there must be.
But no, there isn't. This guy's never run a business in his life.
They won't find anything with Nigel because he's not on any lists. He's not had a diagnosis. He's not been assessed.
Well, it's just frustrating, and good luck.
You're telling me.
I hope he does get the help that he needs. And I'm honestly, Ian, I'm not being funny. I'm trying.
I don't think you've ever had a business.
Oh no, trust me, I have. And I just don't get how.
Okay, we're going around in circles. We're going around in circles. Adam.
I've explained exactly how.
Thanks very much. I think we've explained it really, really well, and I just think you're being deliberately obtuse. Let's go to Mark. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Ian and Kath.
Hi,
Good evening, Mark. What can we do for you tonight?
It's your nemesis, by the way.
Okay, you have to narrow it down a little bit. I've got quite a few these days.
From Nottingham, the support worker.
The sleepover support worker.
This
That's
guy.
the one.
This guy.
How somebody is so insensitive and dumb?
Hey, that's Catherine Boyle you're speaking about. She's my mate, and she may be insensitive, she may be dumb, but I would take a bullet for that woman. Sorry, carry on.
Like, how could he not just get the gist of what you were saying?
Also, he changed his question some way through it. I don't believe a word of that guy. I just think he was being a plum.
I was literally just going to sleep, and then he came on, so I thought, no, I need to call up.
That's good, though. That woke up some of our listeners that we would have lost. I like that. Me likey, as my son would say. Me likey.
I don't know. He clearly doesn't listen a lot.
No.
Obviously, if he's never heard Nigel.
Oh, Mark, you sound all sleepy, baby.
I'm not.
You sound sleepy.
I'm really angry.
This is his angry.
Don't make him angry. You wouldn't recognise the difference when he's angry.
It's really made me angry that somebody can be so ignorant.
Yeah. Go and have an angry tug.
Oh, what? He's looking after people.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
God, men are weird.
You're not having an angry tug now, are you?
No, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know why you've made me so angry. It just has.
Who, me?
No, that guy who was just on.
Have an angry tug about me.
Stop it, will you?
I want Mark to have an angry tug and think of me.
Have you had a shave?
I've got a moustache.
Oh, you need to get rid of it.
No, the moustache is staying. Moustache is staying.
It needs to go.
You need to have an angry tug.
As a gay man, that needs to go.
Well, I'm not a gay man, so it's staying.
No, I am.
You're all the gay man in this scenario. I got confused. I didn't know what was what. It is, my moustache is staying. As a man of indeterminate sexuality, I would like you to have an angry tug.
I'm not having an angry
I'm not shaving my moustache off then.
Stop bossing each other about, you two. You leave his privates alone, you leave his face alone, or I'll clack your heads together.
Or we could put the two together and see what happens.
Oh, my God.
Right, I need to go to sleep.
There we go. Thank you, Mark. You need to go and wash your bum out with soap.
My God.
I love it when you can hear Sam cackle through the glass. It's my favourite thing. It's not my favourite thing in the world. That'd be weird, but it's up there. It's up there with Knickerbocker Glories and Banana Splits. Good evening, Nick. Nick.
Nick.
Nicky Nacky Noo. Nicky Nacky Noo Noos.
Hang on, is he listening to us? Is he watching the
Is he listening to us?
Here we go.
Good evening, Ian.
Flippin' heck,
Right,
mate.
here's the thing. You're talking to the radio, so turn it off and talk to us on the phone. We've been sitting there waiting for you for ages.
Hey, you talk to me.
Yes, Nick. We have been for about three. We've been talking to you for about 3 minutes.
Yeah. I phoned up for the same reason as that other geezer.
What, you want to have an angry tug?
It's going on everywhere, man, with all this universal credit.
Yeah.
But, you know...
Universal, isn't it?
Struggling.
It's what?
People are struggling.
I know people are
That's not how
dying.
old you are.
Nick, people are dying. I get it. I know. And I'm surprised. I don't believe that guy doesn't know that. People are dying in Britain in 2019. Because of money and food and benefits and lack of, learning difficulties and bad luck and a couple of bad decisions and addiction and illness and just because they've done nothing wrong but life's not worked out for them.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you give him some stick because he deserved it because you can't believe people can be so blind, really, you know.
Yeah, well.
I'm not saying too much, but yeah. You get used to it, you know. You get a month's worth of money, and after 2 or 3 weeks, it's gone, and everyone's in the same boat. I'm lucky I'm in an area where, like today, I went to a church dinner, you know, and he's got some places in areas where he is, and he could do the same. Do you know what I mean? There's loads of different outlets, not just official ones.
Do you know what? You're absolutely right. We did put him in touch, I think, with a church charity, didn't we?
Yeah, and he was going to dinners and things. But I think, unfortunately, Nigel thinks he's managing.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know it's all a community thing as well. But
do you know what? That's really interesting, Nick. Thank you for bringing that up because I always think of like the official routes, and you're absolutely right to remind me.
You know, libraries and all notice boards, community centres, they all advertise stuff going on every day of the week. There's stuff where I am, so I'm lucky in that sense.
Oh, hang on a minute. Maybe we can.
We'll move to Surrey. Yeah,
we'll move to Surrey and come and get these church dinners. They sound all right.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah.
That sounds like a sweet deal, Nick. I'm joking.
Yeah, no. Good luck and that. Good luck to all the guys there. But it's fair to take offence when people are so blasé. They're talking in thousands of pounds, and people won't. You know, they got 2 acres to rub together. Anyway, I'll say good night, but yeah, keep up with the cheery side because it's cool. Right?
Hey, Nick, thank you for sharing that, mate, and best of luck, and I hope things pick up.
No problem. Rock on. Bye.
Cheers, mate. Ta-ta. There we go. Rock on, Tommy. 0344 499 1000. This, dear listener, is Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Maybe your daddy never held you like he should. Maybe your mama just held on the best she could. Every soul has a secret. Give it away or keep it. But yesterday's gone, so tell me why. You carry the weight of the world. It's breaking you down on your back like a boulder. Before it's too late, get rid of it, girl. Get it off of your shoulder. I know you've been used, but you gotta lose the weight of the world. Baby, I haven't always been there just for you. Maybe I try, but then I've got my own life too. Every heart has a hunger. I'm not getting any younger. I got all the crosses I can bear. Don't give me the weight of the world. It's breaking me down on my back like a boulder. Before it's too late, get rid of it, girl. Get it off of my shoulder. You know I've been used, and I gotta lose the weight of the world. It all comes down to who you crucify. You either kiss the future or the past goodbye. We can fly so high. But we carry the weight of the world. It's breaking us down on our backs like a boulder. Before it's too late, get rid of it, girl. Get it off of our shoulders. We've all been used.
Yes! Just had a guy on Facebook
You gotta lose the weight of the world.
telling me to top myself. All right, Facebook! Yeah! Social media! Yeah! I posted the show's not been great the last couple of days. Last 2 days. How about when you peaked being the least funny thing on the 11 o'clock show? Go and top yourself. What a world we live in, guys. Hang on, Ringo's not finished. My desk just went blank for a second there. Don't be worried about that. Ringo Starr Day. Told me to top myself.
Is that Talk Radio Facebook?
No, my Facebook. It's on my Facebook. I banned that guy immediately. Well,
Do you want me to track him down?
Huh?
Do you want me to track him down?
And kill him?
Totally in the mood today.
No, let's not kill him. Let's not kill the guy.
No, I won't kill him.
Let's listen, guys. Here's the thing, guys. I don't think it is appropriate to go and kill this guy.
No.
To kill Jim Bruce. Jim Bruce who wants me to kill myself. Jim Bruce. Well,
I'm just wondering who hurt Jim Bruce.
What
He would
world
be like
we
that
live in?
to a stranger.
Where he doesn't like me or the show. Phil John says, "You're an effing chopsy, attention-seeking prick. Your has-been never was winker. Go and take your meds and see your therapist or 12-step group prick." And he spelled that with 2 Ks. Gosh, what is going on with... I'm going to ban Phil John. People with 2 first names. Phil John, you're banned from my group, buddy. I will not allow that kind of language going on. And boy, oh boy, if I could tell you, and I won't, but the phone call that Sam took off air about 10 minutes ago. Took a very angry phone call. It really would change your opinion on things a lot, dear listener, but I'm not going to. But I just want to say to that person who phoned up very angry to Sam and was threatening legal action, I don't understand why you're getting so angry. We're not angry with you. We just want the very best for you. If you're angry because... we just want the best, all right? So please don't get angry with us. Please don't get angry with Sam. That isn't going to help anything, all right? Everything's cool. Everything is cool, man. Let's go to Susan. Good evening, Susan.
Good evening, Iain.
And from the Mike Graham Show for being racist?
No, I'm not. I'm not racist, darling.
No, what did you get banned for?
I don't know, but they're not accepting my course, so I've just said something they don't like.
Well,
I don't know what it is.
Try and think what you said in the last phone call to Mike Graham, because that would be it. That would be it. They won't accept your calls.
I can't. I really can't think I said anything awful. I can't, honestly.
But here's the thing.
Honestly.
No. Here's the thing, right? We don't think that we say awful things. Otherwise, generally, we wouldn't say them. But other people... Well, you talking about immigrants?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Muslims?
No. I went out with a Muslim. I loved him to death.
God, you killed a Muslim?
No, I loved him. I would have killed him with love if he'd have stayed around long enough. He went back to his own country. I loved him like mad.
Yeah, okay. Well, there you
Never
go.
loved anybody like that. And I've had friends from all over the world. I'm not racist at all, I promise.
Okay,
Swear.
okay. Don't swear. Whatever you do, it's great to have you back on this show. We have to let you know there is a book. Shut up. There is a book. Shut up. There is a book coming out at some point in the near future, or the distant future, we don't know, of, please stop that, of transcripts of this show. You are in... Please shut up.
Okay.
Stop saying okay. You are in this book.
For what reason? Why? Why am I in the book?
Did you hear what the book was?
Transcripts of what?
Of the radio show.
So why am I in it? Why am I selected?
Because someone did a transcript of one of your annoying calls.
No, because you're their favourite.
Oh, Catherine, I love you. You're my favourite too, and Iain.
Oh, jeez.
I want to tell you something, right? I think you, and although I thought you'd ban me forever, and I'm really, I can't tell you how happy I am that you've accepted my call tonight.
It's reluctant, but yeah.
Well, I imagine that.
Yep.
But I think you and Catherine are great guys. You've helped Nigel. You've helped lots of people. I think you care.
Well, if you run out of batteries and you want us to send you some double A's, what's this about?
No, I'm just saying, and Kath, you both helped Nigel, and we all feel for Nigel. We feel for vulnerable people, don't we? If you've got a heart, you feel for people. But I was listening to, you see, I consider both you and Catherine to be very clever because apart from being university educated, you're quite worldly. You've seen a bit of life.
Yeah.
And I just wonder if I heard last year, when people have been discussing finances and the trouble that Nigel's in, and it's not his fault.
Just going to nudge you along to the point here because I'm losing the will to live.
Right, okay. We are all only about 2 or 3 paychecks away from bankruptcy. Did you know that?
Why does life have to be so unfair?
Yes, I did know that.
So it's scary, isn't it? Wow.
Yes.
So really, we could all be in Nigel's position, couldn't we?
What is this?
Effectively.
No, we couldn't.
We could.
We couldn't. No, we couldn't.
We could.
No, we couldn't.
If we run into financial difficulties.
No, we couldn't. Well, we couldn't.
Well, okay. Let me rephrase it.
Thank you.
We could all be facing serious financial difficulties in a short period of time. Yes?
Correct. That's better. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, we go.
And we could all, if we lost our home, be homeless.
Absolutely correct. Yes. What is this? What is this? I feel like I'm in. I feel like you're talking to me in the same way.
50 questions.
Shut up. You're talking to me in the same way that when I went on a speed awareness course, they would talk to me about road safety, as though I'm a flipping idiot. I'm sat there thinking I'm a 45-year-old TV star.
No. I've just told you. I think you're very intelligent. You're both of you.
But that's what they do. They flatter you and then patronise you.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to patronise anybody.
Then put the phone down.
Well, can I just say thank you for taking my call, please?
You can. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Good evening, Josie.
Hello.
Hello, Josie.
I've never rung up 2 nights on the trot.
Oh, it's getting addicted. She's getting addicted to love.
No,
she wants it. She can't get enough of love. That's not a bad song, actually. Let me write that down. She's getting addicted.
Every time I ring up,
she wants it and can't get enough of love. Okay, yeah, sorry, carry on.
You'd think, but every time I ring up, I guarantee the next night, you go, it was a flat show last night.
Oh, Josie, take it personally.
And I'm like, oh.
Your call was a good one last night, I think, wasn't it? You were a highlight of a very poor...
I'm not paranoid, I'm just ringing up. I thought, I'll put the juju on tonight's show then.
You were good. You were one of the few good calls we had last night.
Oh, thank you.
You're very, very welcome. It's the highest praise I can offer you.
Thank you.
There we go.
But I was going to ring up, what I really want to talk about is how kids lie.
Here we go. I'm in. Yes. Boom.
Yes. Now, I had a lovely day today with my little 3-year-old grandson.
Oh.
And I thought, we're in our town, and I was like, I'll take you for pick and mix. You can pick all your own sweet.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what grandmas do, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
And he's like, I like that, and I like that, and I'm shoving all this.
Can I just say, someone is bringing me on Sunday to the Rabbit Hole show on Sunday a bag, and I hope it's a little white paper bag, a bag of cola cubes.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
going to be sat on that stage like the whole show, just sucking. I'm going to be sucking.
Yeah.
I'm going to be sucking for 2 hours in front. I don't care if anyone watches me. I'm just going to shove it in my mouth. I'm going to suck, 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 suck. And when that one's
And
finished,
what about the cola cubes?
You did invite that.
Oh, I didn't invite that. I didn't invite that. That was the joke! Yeah, that was the joke, Josie! I was doing an innuendo. That was the joke! Anyway, yeah, so he's back. Yes, okay, go on. Continue.
Yeah,
Continue
so he's like, I like that, I like that,
Yes.
I like that. And I'm putting all these sweets in, and I get him home.
Yeah.
And his mum says, you can have one of each sweet. Right? And which is fair enough. And I tell you what this kid did. He took a bite out of every single sweet. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Is that lying, or just not?
No, it's not. But
that's just
you've just libelled your 3-year-old grandson, and he can sue your ass off.
Well,
I don't care.
I doubt he's got the funds to do that. So
I'm gonna. No. I'm representing the wee fella. Gratis, which is a Latin term for I'm doing it for free.
Pro bono.
No, Catherine is 3.
Yeah.
Also, you know my feelings on you two. I think they're terribly overrated. I'm anti-bono, if anything. If I had to make a call on it, anti-bono.
Oh, dear.
Oh, Josie's choking. This could be it, guys.
Someone give her the Heimlich.
Inheritance is coming, kids.
But I tell you what else I did today. Talking about cola cubes as like an old-fashioned. I went and bought myself some sweet tobacco.
She said old-fashioned.
Yeah.
You sounded like old effer. Sweet.
Old-fashioned, I see.
I know, but it sounded like because I'm an old effer, so it sounded like we both. Catherine and both looked at each other, but
yeah, I am. Well, you know, it depends who you ask, but I think I'm both. But I bought myself some sweet tobaccos. Everyone remember sweet tobacco?
Okay, this feels very much like an Andy Crane show from LBC circa 2004. But yes, I do remember.
Sorry.
I do remember sweet tobacco. I used to love the little fags, sweet fags you could get. Oh, they were great.
Licorice pipes.
Didn't like licorice pipes. I don't like licorice.
But I've got
Stop
a bag
that noise,
of
please.
I've got a bag of
You used to have to
sweet
get
tobacco.
chocolate cigars.
Yeah, you used to be able to get. My granddad used to buy me these chocolate cigarettes that had actual paper around them.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm
they
pretty
were-
sure
They
they
came in a
had camel on them.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah.
They were great. They
Brilliant,
were great.
weren't they?
I remember them, yeah.
I've been explaining all that to one of my eldest grandson today. I was like, well, he was like, what's that? I said, it's sweet tobacco.
Yeah, dirty. All right, Josie. Well, thank you so much for...
Yeah, so if I listen... When I listen tomorrow night,
She's
and you say
threatening
it was flat last night,
Yeah.
I'm going to ring you up again.
Slack. I'm not calling you slack. Thank you, Josie. June, stay there. You'll come up next. This, dear listener, is Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
It's got to be said. We can say this on air that it will probably make the situation worse. But you know what? It's not really our situation. So we had Cooking Kay on last night. And got
Delightful.
Very, very, very well. I had some very, very strange tweets about her today that were very, very rude about her and were implying all kinds of things. And I just blocked them. I thought, this is a bit weird. Just blocked them. Then you've had a message from her.
Yeah, saying that someone's telling her that we're slagging her off.
Yeah.
Why did you talk to me if I'm so disgusting? Here's what I think.
Yes.
There's beef going on there. There's nothing to do with us. And
Yeah.
someone's playing both sides.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. It's the fella that nicked all the money.
Suspicious.
It's the fella that nicked all the money, obviously, because I've had some really weird tweets from people. There's a Twitter feed that's set up to, and I've blocked it. Let me have a look. There's a Twitter feed that's set up simply to call her out. And
Wow.
they've been messaging me. So it don't take a Sherlock Holmes. I'm not going to say what it is, but let me see if I can find it. It's been a lot of blocks today. It's been a lot of blocks. Did I block them or did I mute them? I might have muted them. Let's have a little look. Lot of blocks and mutes today. Muted accounts. All. Someone called Justice Soldier. Yeah, you're muted, buddy. No, can't find it. Anyway, can't find it. But yeah, no, it doesn't take two and the Sweeney to work out. That's the best I could do when I was trying to think of a detective. That someone's got beef and is trying to stir both sides of the pot. I'm not falling for it. If Kay chooses to fall for it, that would be very disappointing. But it would be disappointing. But it's not our issue. It's not our issue. I would love to have Kay back on the show. I thought she was brilliant last night. Yeah. Genuinely loved her videos. I had a fried slice today.
Inspired by Kay.
I did a fry up and I was cooking it. I thought, oh, I've got white bread. Fried slice. So I was inspired by her. And I hope that, you know, Jake and the people that know her, that listen to us, maybe you could let her know. But listen, if she wants to believe that person, that's her problem. That's the problem of the person that, excuse me, that's the problem of the person that sent it. That's not our problem. Yeah. We know what we are. We know what we did. We know that she was invited on with love and with joy and to celebrate the fact that she's making stuff. And if someone wants to spoil that, well, they're an arsehole. Mm-hmm. If she wants to believe them, that's her problem. And you know, it's a shame.
Yeah. You can't take responsibility for the people's reactions.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But, yeah,
not at all. Jake, I don't know if you're listening, but if you want to let her know that is simply not the case. Good evening, June.
Hi, Ian.
Hello, June.
Hi, Kath.
Hey.
How are you?
What you got?
Oh my God, June, you got a very weird birthday present.
Oh, yes.
What was this?
That thing I flashed at you earlier on Twitter.
A vibrator?
No. It's like, what is it?
Fuggle.
A what?
A fuggle.
A fuggle.
What is she saying?
A fuggle.
And it's called farty.
What does it do, June? Please don't say fuggle. I'm phrasing that very carefully because I don't want to get an Ofcom.
Not a lot.
So it does.
It just sits there. It's supposed to wake up in the middle of the night and move.
It looks like it's got human teeth.
It has. It's got plastic teeth.
So it's like an ugly teddy with human teeth in its head.
Yeah, and it's got a bum hole.
Oh my God!
Flipping it. What'd you do with that? Well, actually,
I don't know. I haven't found out yet.
You can think of a few things to do. And it moves around, does it?
No, it's supposed to when you're asleep.
Oh, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I haven't slept with it yet.
Oh,
I only got it yesterday.
Okay, well, surely the first night you're going to be in there.
Well, I'm going to have to find out, aren't I?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's not what I phoned about.
Okay, that was just a teaser.
Yeah, that was a teaser.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm with you with what was her name? Katie, the cook.
Kay.
Kay. Oh, that was so good last night.
Yeah?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it.
She's brilliant, and it's just a shame that there's obviously some darkness in her life that, you know, it's some dark people in her life that wants to cause trouble for her. It's a fascinating story. I'd love to get to the bottom of it. I'd love to speak to that person.
I'd love to find out what she does, why she does it, and all the other little bits and pieces that go with it.
Yeah. I wish I could find that that Twitter account that. Oh, here we go. I found it. There we go. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not going to say what it is. They've put us. Oh, hang on a minute. Well, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. This is us from last night. Anyway, Jackie, so yes, there's a woman called Kay's Cooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
It's just the way she comes across. She's so funny. She's just become a sort of figure of...
She was wonderful.
Somebody will phone up and say, somebody's asked me to make...
Okay, right, okay. Well, let's go. Now, Kate...
Cooking again. Happy Valentine's Day.
I love this already.
Today I'm making a full English breakfast.
Well, that was the caller saying the kitchen was disgusting.
Yeah.
We didn't. I don't know.
I had a full English breakfast today.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Whoa,
that's
wonderful.
what you want, June. The FEB.
Anyway, can we go back to Nigel for a couple of minutes?
Yeah.
My daughter is also in the same position as Nigel. She has a mental illness.
Yeah.
She has been diagnosed with a mental illness, but do you think she can get any help?
Of course not. No. Why would we help Why would we help the most vulnerable members of society?
She's left with a job seekers allowance and a child tax credit allowance for her 2 kids.
Yeah.
One of which is a high-functioning autistic 10-year-old.
Yeah.
She gets an extra allowance for him, but we can't find a school for him that he'd be able to cope with. So he is educated at home by Rachel. Now, you know Rachel.
Yeah.
She educates him and his sister, who suffers from a memory disorder. She can remember things sometimes and other times she can't. So we have 2 disabled children that we're looking after for their mother, who cannot look after herself. And I, at the moment, am having all her money paid into my account so that I can see to her bills, because she got herself into such a mess that she was hundreds of pounds in debt with the council.
Yes.
And the rent, she was being evicted from her house because she couldn't pay the rent. And guess what the money was going on?
Drugs.
And drink.
Oh, was it?
And cigarettes.
Yeah, you go.
It was, well, drugs go back a long way.
Go back to the 1800s.
I've taken her off it twice.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And she still goes back. I mean, I can't do any more for her. She's got to do it herself.
Yeah, exactly.
But
that is it exactly.
This is the point. Nigel can't do anything unless he openly admits to what's going on and does it himself.
Yep. That's it, June. That is it. Nigel's got to do it himself. We've done as much as we can. But, you know, it's...
He's got to do what he can for himself, but he's also got to admit there are things that he needs help with, and when people are offering, he can't be turning it down.
0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Jacked up jive talk for janitors, jazz cats, and gin-soaked boys and girls.
Is that Commando?
If you're awake, you're welcome.
I've got 5 cactus needles stuck in my...
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
The calls We've had busy night.
Tell you what we've had.
Yeah.
A lot of ladies.
Have we?
Yeah.
What's the
ratio?
The ratio. What's the ratio here?
Well, we've had 3 in a row just now. Susan, Josie, June. We had Jessie. We have Lavinya. We had Becky in the first hour.
Ladies, the ladies.
It's almost 50-50.
What have you got for us while I just do
right.
a copyright claim on a video?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what about... okay. One thing you should never do with your vibrator, or you could end up in jail.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, now this is serious. This is a public service announcement, especially as the holiday season's coming up. Just be careful.
Yeah, we've got to be careful, guys.
Hang on. It's asking me to do a survey now. Hang on. It is this. A holiday might seem like the ideal opportunity to spice things up in the bedroom, but is it worth risking jail time for? Vibrator owners in the UK are being warned they should check laws abroad before travelling, as vibrators are banned in some countries. Banned. Places such as...
Whoa. Why have they banned lady play? They're banning the right hand?
Malaysia, Thailand and the Maldives have a ban on sex toys. Thailand? I'm surprised. And anyone bringing one into the country will be forced to face the authorities. Sex toy specialists have urged people to get all the facts before going away. They say, we know how much people get attached to their toys, and so even when it comes to heading off on holidays, it can be difficult to think about a week or even a fortnight away from them.
You have to be attached to them for them to do the work.
However, with a number of countries imposing outright bans on vibrators and dildos, it's important that people are informed before they travel.
What is a dildo?
I think it's something that doesn't necessarily have the vibrating aspect.
Where does that word come from? That's such a strange word, isn't it? Dildo. What I don't know. It's just a strange old word.
It's like the oldest fashioned one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. I'll find out where it's come.
Let's get the history.
Etymology. The word is long considered unclear, but the 3rd edition of the Oxford English Dictionary concluded in 2018. Oh dear. That the word originates in nonsense syllables common in early modern popular ballads, not dissimilar to the still familiar nursery rhyme phrase, hey diddle diddle, which came to be used as
diddle is diddle. So diddle have a diddle, dildo.
Yeah. Came to be used as a coy euphemism for dildos. The phrase dildool, referring to a man's penis, appears in the 17th century folk ballad, The Maid's Complaint for Want of a Dildool. The song was among the many in the library of Samuel Pepys, the dirty pervert. Other theories have previously circulated include that the word originally referred to the phallus-shaped peg used to lock an oar in position on a dory, a small boat. Yeah. It would be inserted into a hole on the side of the boat and is very similar in shape to the modern toy. The toy might also take its name from this sailing tool, which lends its name to the town of Dildo. There's a town of Dildo and the nearby Dildo Island in Newfoundland, Canada.
Dildo Island. That sounds like a level on Super Mario World.
Others suggest the word is a corruption of the Italian diletto or delight.
Delight you with my plastic penis, which I put into the lady.
According to the OED, one of the word's first appearances in English was in Thomas Nash's The Choice of Valentines, or The Merry Ballad of Nash's Dildo.
The what? The Merry Ballad of Nash's Dildo?
In the sentence, curse you nick a dildo, senseless counterfeit, I who sooth male fill but can never beget.
Okay.
Wow, there we go.
Well, before we carry on the story, let's introduce Cara into the conversation. Good evening,
Cara.
Good evening, Cara. I'm so sorry. I just had to take a break from all that dildoing. You know what it's like.
I just heard dildo followed by Kath's laugh.
Yeah, well, her birthday's coming up. I'm just asking what she wants.
Excellent. Oh my goodness. How you doing? You right?
Fine. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Good. I thought you might like another lady.
Yeah, it's lady heavy tonight.
It's ladies' night,
which is great, which is good. We just such a dick fest this show, and it's nice. Good. All right, what can we do for you, Cara?
Well, I said I'd call you back. I spoke to you a little while ago about they found those lesions on my brain.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Well, you know the night you were off with a poorly tummy, which, by the way, I think is IBS, but Yeah.
Okay, well, I think it's still
All right,
things
doctor.
I still think
I'll
it's
leave it.
just you've been spent a lot of time in hospital and under an MRI scanner doesn't mean that you're a doctor. You're not qualified.
No, but your symptoms are a lot like mine, and I feel sorry for Cass.
God, you should.
Because of the growls, the guffs.
Anyway, the night you were off, you had a stand-in. I'm really sorry, but I don't know who he was. But I'd listened for like half an hour and basically collapsed.
Oh.
At home, just with my daughter.
He was that bad? Wow, great. This is perfect. This is what we want. Sam, you naughty boy.
We had to have the ambulance out.
Oh, my God.
Wow, can I just say, if anybody else was rushed to hospital because our stand-in was that bad, please do let us know. 03444991000. My ego needs it.
I was just so upset that it wasn't you, you see. I couldn't handle it.
You should be, baby.
Well, basically, cut a long story short,
Too late.
it was a mini stroke.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Cara!
Yeah, so it took me in, and by the time I'd actually sort of got there, my speech was coming back and I could move a bit better. And they sort of sat in front of me and said, "We need to know what you've taken, dear."
Oh!
To be ashamed of, but obviously we have to know. And by that time I'd got my speech back, and I was like, "I understand, but I've taken nothing." And he pulled out...
You would say that, you
he
junkie.
pulled out of his pocket this little brownie in a bag, right? And I just started laughing, and this is the time I thought, I need my daughter to back me up on this story. What it was, I mean, you guys know you've got kids. Well, they always leave one item in a packet, don't they?
Yeah.
Right, it's so annoying. This big tub with one tiny brownie, and so I put it in a little bag, popped it on the table, put the plastic tub in the recycling, didn't think anything of it. Well, they'd assumed that because my heart rate, blood pressure, and apparently my pupils were huge.
Your pubics?
I'd taken some
Pupils?
Pupils, so
pubics.
sorry. Is this echo on the line a result of the stroke? Is that just your voice gone a bit funny now?
It's probably gone a bit funny now, yeah.
There we go, okay. Well, that was good.
That was really good.
She made herself go all helium-y. I like that.
There's a talent.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, but
Hang on a minute. I'm just going to move you to another line because it's sometimes this fixes it and sometimes it doesn't. How's that? That's a bit better.
Is it still?
Oh, it works much better. There we go. That's £25 million studio, guys.
The best of it was, I won't bore you with it, but the best of it was they then came to me and said, "Well, we've looked through your records. We're going to start you on your steroids for your multiple sclerosis." I said, "I haven't got multiple sclerosis." They went, "Well, according to your records, you have."
Oh, mate, that's how you found out.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
Still not 100%, because they were then running around like headless chickens, because I just sat there and went, "Well, nice of you to let me know."
So hang on, hang on a minute. When, according to the records, what point did your doctor know that you had MS?
Back in March when I went to see the neurologist.
Oh, mate!
So it's not even that they'd seen the results of your tests before you had. They knew.
Well, they suspected... Am I right that there used to be, 20 years ago, the only way you could definitively know if it was MS was to do a lumbar puncture?
It still is, Ian, and
Right.
this is what I'm still waiting for. So I've said, how can you have it on record? How can you tell me? I mean, luckily, I'm pretty sort of stable-minded, believe it or not.
That's no way to find out there's a strong chance you got something like that, though, is it?
I mean, how many people go away and say, I cannot have a future like that. That's it. I want to end it. I mean, they're taking a big gamble there, so now I'm just waiting, but you guys are helping, keeping me sane. And
Listen, I'm going to let you go in a second, Cara, because this line is terrible. I don't quite know what's going on. I'm just going to shift you over here again, but I don't want you to... this is incredibly fascinating. It will be fine for a second, then it will go again. But, so, all right, so you had a stroke, a mini stroke. Oh, no, I've got the wrong fader up. There it is. You had a mini stroke.
yeah, and apparently that's quite common with MS as well.
But how are you today?
Okay. I'm okay.
How are you physically? Not necessarily emotionally, with all this other stuff that's gone, but physically, have you recovered from this mini stroke?
Well, no, not. I mean, I'm still very weak on my left side. My eyes very blurry and twitching all the time. I fall over a lot. But hey, still laughing, and you guys help, so thanks for that.
It could be, because there are different types of MS. I'm not telling you what, 'cause
Yes.
I don't know. Some MS it's progressive, and some you just have like a massive attack.
Exactly.
Oh, mate.
But we'll see. So I'm not going anywhere yet. So
No. Good. Have you got a lumbar puncture booked in?
Well, that's the other thing. I'm waiting. It was September, but because of all this, they're desperately trying to bring it forward now.
The lumbar puncture itself is fine. I had one.
Yeah,
I
had one before.
You've had one,
Yeah,
it's fine.
because I had meningitis.
It's a bit crappy for a few days after.
Yes, you got to sort of lay still.
You can't move. They told me I'd be able to go to work the next day. Every time I moved, the world, it was like being really, really drunk. The world starts spinning, you want to throw up, and you lie down, and it takes half an hour for everything to go flat again. It's incredible.
Great. That's fun. Especially with my 2 little kittens hairing around. That's going to be awesome.
They are going to make your life a nightmare.
Great. Anyway.
Best of luck. Let us know how
I'll
it goes.
let you go. Yeah, take care. Love you both.
Thank you, Cara. How can they have it on your record from March? MS. I mean, my mum never had a lumbar puncture, and she was diagnosed with it. You know, they are 30 years ago she was diagnosed. 30 years ago they were fairly good at, there are a lot of clues that you can put together. How can they have that on your record since March and not say, look, it's not definitive yet, but this is what it's looking like. We need to get you in for a lumbar puncture and we need to sort this out.
Well, here's my suspicion. They were hanging on for the lumbar puncture because it's such a bombshell that they wanted to make sure it was absolutely there before they even sowed that seed. Because, as Cara says, some people take it as a sentence. Here's what I think. In the heat of the moment, while they were trying to work out what she'd taken or what had happened, they saw that and didn't read the detail of it and just jumped in.
I mean, it's their fault for being a junkie. Eating those hash browns. Good luck, Cara. We will be here. We will fight. We will fight for you till the death of us. 0344 499 1000. Nathan, stay there. We'll finish Kath's dildo story. We'll have to do my sex story tomorrow. This, dear listener, is Talk Radio.
It's electric. It's eclectic. It's always rule-free. It's the late-night alternative with that man, Iain Lee.
On Talk Radio.
I read this out. I've been sent a tweet. It's in the public domain, so yeah, I'm going to read it out. It's in the public domain. So this is a tricky one to read out. It's from Nigel, from Maidstone. You and Kath stopped talking about me. I made a living for 30 years as a drummer with Joe Loss and Big Stars. I made £70 an hour, and I looked after Mum till the end. You are a bad man. OK, we'll stop talking about you. Fine. But, I'll say again, we just want the best for you, Nigel. Just want the best for you. And sometimes the best actually involves going through a lot of shit and a lot of pain before you get to the best bit. My mum lived at home for a long time. Lived at home and was not great at looking after herself at home. And I did everything I could to keep her in that house. Everything I could. I considered giving up my job and moving in and all of this stuff. And in the end, the council said, we can't look after your mum anymore. We can't come in and visit her. She needs to go in a care home. And I kicked up a stink and I fought and I looked at getting a live-in nurse. Could I afford a live-in nurse and all of this stuff? And in the end, I had to surrender and say, okay, we'll put her in a care home. And it was horrible. It was horrendous. It was messy. It was upsetting. My mum hated me for the first 2 or 3 years. Hated me. My aunts, my mum's 2 sisters, don't talk to me anymore. Refuse to talk to me because they think I should have done more. They didn't like the fact that I included them in it, but actually me and my sister made all the decisions around it. We didn't listen to their ideas because they were rubbish. And today I had a great day with my mum. We went to the cinema. She had solid food, which apparently she can't eat because it will kill her. She had pizza. She had a glass of wine, and we watched an OK Emma Thompson film about being a chat show host. So, Nigel, I get what you're saying. I don't think I'm a bad man. But I get what you're saying. OK, we'll stop talking about you on air. We'll stop talking about you on air. And we will... That, of course, means that we will stop trying to help you behind the scenes. It breaks my heart to say this. Breaks my heart. I'm not telling you off. I'm just putting this out there. We'll have to stop trying to help you from behind the scenes, and I wish you the very best of luck. To everyone else listening, I think this needs to happen. And hopefully, at some point in the future, Nigel will be going off with someone to watch Emma Thompson films and having a glass of wine and eating pizza. Hopefully. Because we all know what the other alternative is, and no one wants that. So, Nigel, say this genuinely. I understand you're angry and you're upset. I get it. I get it. But we wish you the very best of luck. And, yeah, okay. Let us go to Nathan.
Hiya, mate.
Good evening, Nathan. What can we do for you tonight?
Well, I don't get to listen to your show in full most nights I'm working, and I only get to listen to half an hour or so. But it was.
What do you do? What do you do? Are you Tom Snorbrook's producer?
Driver.
Oh, bus driver. Okay, right, fair play. It's an important job. All right, we'll let you go.
So, I was on my way home. I'm at home now, so I'm going to have to be quiet because everyone's in bed.
Okay,
so I'll end it with this. Yeah. I joined your show as Kat was talking about the dildo, and she glossed over the fact that in 2018 it was in the Oxford English Dictionary relating to a nursery rhyme. Well, I started singing that nursery rhyme in my head, and I tell you what, it gives you a whole new perspective to whoever wrote that nursery rhyme.
Actually, you're right. The cow jumped over the moon, anyone?
So
the cat had a fiddle. And the little boy laughed to see such fun.
The dish ran away with a spoon.
So what is this? What is that, though? So it's all about sex, we know now.
Oh, possibly.
Somebody put it in the Oxford Dictionary that it relates to a dildo, so, you know.
Diddle, diddle.
Cat and a fiddle. Well.
You're getting excited by this, Nathan. This is like old-fashioned pornography that we are...
It might have been, mightn't it, back in the day? Who knows?
It might have
Could have been one of William Shakespeare's specialities, who knows? Dear me.
Yeah, I like this, but you got anything under the counter, Bill? Well, hang on a second. Have you heard Hey Diddle Diddle?
So actually what I should be doing is writing to this newspaper, the Mirror, talking about don't take your sex toys on holidays to the Maldives, Saudi Arabia, Malaysia and the UAE, and also saying, I suggest you don't sing any nursery rhymes either, you filth pots.
Pretty much.
Outrageous.
It's crazy how a brain works after
It's crazy how your brain works, you dirty bus drivers.
Did you know what, though? You're probably right.
I blame Kath, to be fair. She put the idea in my head. I just carried it on.
I'm the late night Susie Dent.
Nathan, thank you very much for your call. Let's go to John. Good, I like that. Thank you, Nathan. Driving a bus for 10 hours, man. That's a job. This is nothing. This is rubbish. That's an important job. Getting people to and from work and home and all over the place. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, driver. Good evening, John.
How are you?
Hello, John. Are you on speakerphone, John?
No, my radio's turned off.
No? Okay, that's great. I'll ask the question again. Are you on speakerphone?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Are you speaking into your phone?
Is that better?
Yeah, when you came off speakerphone, it got better, yeah.
No, I wasn't on speakerphone. I've got an old mobile.
Okay, just what did you do to make it sound better then? Press the speakerphone button?
No, I moved it nearer to my mouth.
You moved it nearer to your mouth, you absolute prune. John, what can we do for you, sir?
I'm just pulling up to boost your ratings, Iain and Kath. I think these are brilliant. You know, just keep doing what you're doing. Don't listen to the statisticians. You're brilliant, mate.
Hey, thank you, mate. That's very kind of you, John. You don't sound like our kind of usual listener. By that, I mean, you sound like an intelligent, well-read man. What the hell are you doing listening to this rubbish?
I've been retired 5 years, and that's how I spend my evenings. I listen to you till 1 o'clock, then I go on to YouTube. You know.
Oh, yeah. Here's the thing about YouTube, right? It's incredible. I remember when my mate Andy Kahn, who also played me the Tim Westwood clip, introduced me to YouTube. I was sat at my computer at home. He was our lodger. So this would have been 16 years ago. And he came and he said, I've just seen this amazing thing. Right, can I go on the computer? I went, yeah. And he said, this is amazing, right? And he brought up YouTube. He said, right, type in anything. I said, what do you mean? He said, there will be a video for anything you type in. So, of course, I typed in the Monkees, and it brought up all these old, rare adverts from 1969. I was like, whoa! And then we typed in the Beatles, and there were some Beatles. Then we typed in the Beach Boys, and then we went, that's all I want to look at, really. And pretty much 16 years later, John, that's still all I'm looking at is Monkees, Beach Boys, and Beatles videos on YouTube.
I'm the same. My grandson showed me one. It's a band called the Steam Powered Giraffe. Have you heard of them?
Steel Powered Giraffe?
Steam
Powered Giraffe. No, I've not heard of them. Go on.
The song's called the Honeybee. And I don't usually look at video, but the artistic value of this is amazing.
Okay, well, let's... we will be the judge of that, John. Hang on a second. Here we go. Let's have a little look.
And the music's good as well.
Steam-powered giraffe. Okay, here we go.
That's it.
Oh, there's a bit of mime. There's quite a lot of mime. It's like Westworld robots playing guitar on the beach. The one on the left looks like Gary Newman.
You didn't have to look my way. Your eyes still haunt me to this day. But you did.
I can't work out if I like it or not, Catherine.
Yes,
tell me, do I like this or not?
It grows on.
Say my name.
I'm going to jump forward a bit.
My life.
Oh, hang on.
Yes, you did. Didn't have to offer your hand. 'Cause since I've kissed it, I am at your command. But you did.
I like that bit. Like that bit.
Oh, a turpentine erased me whole. Who don't want to live my life alone. Well, I was waiting for you.
I think I like it. I think I like it, John, but I don't know. Which is
quite
good.
Mesmeric.
Yeah, the harmonies are insanely good.
Yeah, it grows on you. It does. No.
It goes on for about 6 minutes.
No, it grows on you.
Oh, it grows on you. All right.
Anyway, thanks very much for taking my call.
Oh, John, thank you for the suggestion, brother. We'll speak again soon.
Yeah, you're my hero.
John.
And don't listen to these statisticians.
I will not listen to the statisticians, John. Thank you very much indeed. That's a very, very nice call. What would be great... That guy just called me his hero, Paul. Could we get you know that guy that just called me his hero, Sam? Could you clip that and send it to me? I'd like that as a ringtone. I'd also like it to be sent to Catherine. Catherine?
That's all right, I'll remember.
No. I think it would be important for you if you had your ringtone changed to that bit where John says, Ian, you're my hero.
Why?
'Cause I can be your hero, baby. I can bring you off tonight.
What?
I don't know the actual words.
Obviously,
I don't know
yeah.
the actual words of hero.
Enrique Iglesias is a very bad boy. If that was the
Well, Enrique Iglesias, I don't know why, but I love to see you cry. That put me off him straight away.
He doesn't know why though. He's asking himself the question.
it's you love to see her cry,
Yeah.
sicko. Get out of it. That's not any basis for a relationship that I want to be involved in, and that's why I dumped him.
May I congratulate you on your promotion, though, the two of you?
Yes.
As you're now part of Ian Collins' team. Well done for you. Finally, you've made it.
Yes! An actual legend of broadcasting. Hello, Paul Ross. How are you?
Not too bad. Looking forward to the show this morning. We've got a great story for a job vacancy.
Yeah.
It involves moving to Orkney.
Yeah.
£21,000 a year, but you get
these.
The northernmost island of Orkney.
Yeah.
Okay. Back in 1832, the then laird decided to rationalise the fields.
Yeah.
And he realised that actually one thing was holding them back from making money on the island and helping the crofters, and it was the sheep.
Yeah.
So he had this 18-mile stone dike built on the land, and the sheep would push the other side of it. Incredibly hardy sheep, and they now live off seaweed. Okay? Only 2 species on planet Earth live exclusively on seaweed. These sheep and a rare species of lizard on the Galapagos Islands.
Yeah.
Now, these Orkney sheep apparently are famous all over the world. The mutton's exported, the wool's exported.
Bet the meat tastes good.
And they need somebody to go up there and be the warden on the island and help them rebuild the stone dike wall, and we've got the details coming up. What a job. What a 3 years that'll be.
I love stuff like that. These jobs where you got to basically just go and live on your own and just keep an eye on like a tree.
Well, they had a manned lighthouse there until 1998, one of the last in Northern Europe. It's now automated. But one of the reasons that they go automated was because they couldn't get a lighthouse keeper. I'd love that job.
Are you telling me there are no lighthouses with people in them now that operate them anymore?
But this was a one-man operation. I think there are some where there are people, but nobody lives on them apparently anymore. I was told anyway. Nobody lives on them all the time.
Do you know what? That's broken my heart. There was something childishly romantic about that. You don't know why. There's something childishly romantic about the thought of, it was always a bloke on his own on a
and you always
lighthouse.
thought we had that one to fall back on, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I know the boss here might change his mind or start listening to my show and sack me, but I've always got the light now, I thought, on the back burner. Anyway, sadly not.
Danny Baker once told me, but yeah, exactly, you're not allowed to mention his name anymore, but the great Danny Baker told me about. I don't really know him, but I met him at a do, and that day there'd been an article where I'd written my radio hero Danny Baker, and by coincidence I was sat next to him at an event. I don't know how it worked out, and it was like, all right, Dan, I wrote that thing. All right, mate. And he told me he'd just come back from a holiday in a. It wasn't a lighthouse.
Windmill.
It was a windmill in a windmill, and it was an old-fashioned.
Proper windmill
that had been converted, and you could go and rent it, and you had to climb up ladders and stuff to get. I love
like
all
Karatka's Potts place in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You can actually hire. There's a National Trust website, and you can go for long weekends or weeks and hire follies on National Trust estates. So some of those. There's one that's shaped, I think, like a strawberry or pineapple or something. You can rent and live inside.
I love it. Paul Ross is up next. We're out of time, mate. Thank you very much indeed. Well, may you salute us.
Almost as good as YouTube, Iain.
There's the tagline for the show. Almost as good as YouTube. Sam, thank you for cackling throughout the show tonight. I love hearing your cackles through this terribly soundproof £25 million studio. Thank you, Catherine. You've been excellent. 100% of the calls tonight. 100% of the calls. Excellent stuff. We are back tonight at 10. Coming up after 1, it's Paul Ross, only on Talk Radio.
We are Talk Radio.